D&D.
Yes.
It is time once more.
Yes. Oh, there's the lag. Okay. I've muted the stream.
Okay, just double checking things. Yep.
You do that.
Okay. I will. Is this what I want? Yes, it is. Perfect. Gotta watch my own stuff to start preparing for my own campaigns. I feel that, Ander. You enjoy yourself. We'll be getting ready here in a little bit. I'm gonna mute myself temporarily so you guys don't have to hear me clicking clacking. All right,
Three of
we're
my
gonna make
4
this.
games,
We're gonna
not
make this
enough,
the
so-
pre-game podcast, which I think is very entertaining. Because apparently, I've been told and complimented that some of the conversations that happen during pre-game setup are people's like fun introductions with the group. So, yay! Everyone's entertaining.
Fair enough. More than half of us are missing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What a great introduction.
Listen,
Hello,
we
everyone.
got this. We got this. It's all good.
I mean, it'll still be the pre-podcast thing until everyone shows up, so...
Yeah, and then I'll play the fancy pantsy theme song that I've got.
Oh. Basil, are you recording this on your side as well?
Yes, and then I post them up on Google Drive, and then Zach does as he pleases with them.
Oh, speaking of
the devil, yeah.
Speaking of Satan himself!
he has appeared.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm more of a lesser demon than Satan, but whatever.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, my friends like to call me Satan, it's okay.
Hi, Satan.
There are reasons, but, you know, that's okay. No one needs to know.
Can we fix this map? Do we know what the issue with this map is?
This map's so broken.
I think I do. I think I know. You guys are gonna have to give me 1 second to get into the game.
Like, because I know it's because we're Canadian, but
I
I'd really prefer it not
I mean,
to be.
can you fix your Canadianisms?
Yes,
I don't need to fix your Canadianisms. You need to fix your Americanisms.
I mean, fair.
but we're technically not having the problem, so...
Look, if World War II taught us anything, is that if it's not affecting us, we don't need to get involved.
Yep. Definitely.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like, our screen's just white because it's snow, because we're Canadians. That's just how it goes, right?
Oh, there's a
Oh,
map.
There's the
it's a
truth.
tiny map.
There's
It's a
the
tiny map.
Oh, don't be terrified. Be more terrified because it's only gonna get worse.
Fuck, Orton died.
I thought it was going to get tinier, it's okay.
Even tinier. That would have been great,
Yeah.
though.
It's going to get worse. Shrinks it to like 1 square. Yeah, Basil, you have got to link these icons to the sheets.
I do. Thank you for reminding me. I will actually do that here in a second.
Gosh.
Let's see.
I am doing a million things at once. Don't get sassy with me.
He has...
There's nothing
You're fine.
stopping you guys from doing it yourselves.
Actually, it is. Only DMs can link the tokens to the sheets.
Really? I wonder how...
Yes. Like, I can edit mine, but I can't link it so that it's the same every time.
That's weird, because that was not a thing when I was a player. I wonder if it's, like, just something very specific to my shit. Alright, really quick.
I don't know.
Sola, do you want the current icon that's on the map, or do you want, the new one you have on your sheet, which looks adorable as shit?
We could go with the new one.
I fucking love it. It's so good.
Oh my god, the map is so small now, though, and I'm like, all of our markers are misplaced.
How is the map small?
I mean, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the markers that we had. Maybe it's because you cut off some of the ocean.
The map's not small. I just, like, inflated it a shit ton. What
You
do you...
didn't make it as long as it was.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that I'm still working on, because, like, I got a different version of the map now.
Gotcha. I mean, the markers can always be moved. It's...
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
I also have an icon that looks similar to that.
I was just gonna say, I ordered them for 3 of us, the 3 people that have art.
Yeah.
I will have more money to spend on art as soon as these fucking bills chill the fuck out.
Oh, you're
Fair,
fine.
though. There you go. I've thrown them into the Discord.
There we go.
And they are, in fact, adorable.
Didn't you talk to the person about doing a Vorton one?
Yeah, I've ordered them for Vorton and for
Randolph.
Grandolph. However, they have not done them yet, so
Okay.
that's kind of the way commissions go, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you just
I'm
talked to the person.
almost done with
Uh-huh.
all the icons. Now I'm working on the pets now.
Yeah.
Tempest has a weird thing going on with theirs. It looks like.
What do you mean?
Like their main picture and this icon that's on the map is very different. Oh, that's Ravio. Okay, that explains.
Yeah, I was like,
that explains a lot.
Are they different? Because they look the same.
But are they different? Who the fuck is Ravio?
That's my Raven for being a Raven.
I use him and I forgot he exists.
I do use him. He sits on my shoulder to give me like better perception. Thank you.
Just to make him look cooler. That's legit the only reason.
Yeah, that's the real reason.
He is but a common ornament.
Yeah. I mean, I can send him to go. I can look through his eyes, but that charisma, my charisma modifier added to my perception. That's nice, and I like that.
Fair.
So, shut up.
Okay, I had to increase the size of this square because it was really hard to fucking move otherwise.
This big ass. Oh, it's tiny ass square again.
Now it's a tiny ass square. I don't know where these were for you guys, so you guys can debate on what they're supposed to represent because I have forgotten.
One of them was to show us where the far flung base is.
One of these is for Under Silvery Moon. The other one is for the Wood of Sharp Teeth.
I think the
Silvery Moon, or not Silvery Moon, I already said that. The Far Flung base is like around there.
Yeah.
Ish. Somewhere right in there. Yeah.
That's on the stream.
Whose
somewhere.
circles are these?
Those are my circles.
And they are just, I believe the circles are just there to be goofy.
No, they're just the different sizes that creatures can be. Like,
I love chat right now. Ew, don't infect me with your Canadian.
Yes.
So rude. Very rude.
I'll infect what I want with my Canadian.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm fixing things. Oh,
I mean, honestly, I'd rather be in Canada. So,
Don't do that when I'm drinking. I just want to.
Don't lie to me like that when I'm drinking.
Lie, okay.
I don't know if it was a lie or just a sad, sad truth. So
It's a sad,
It is
Sad
more in
truth.
it is definitely more in the case of the sad truth. I have
Yeah.
to agree.
Well, considering the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, so
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
use-
because that's why we're concerned about America. Thank you. You
Yep.
understand us.
something. Football.
Let's see here.
Yep,
And then
it's all football problems.
Warlock and then Sola. You are.
Did you change my name on your little
Yeah,
display
did you-
picture?
No, I haven't. I actually
You need to
still
fix
it.
Randolph, too.
I need to fix both Soila. It's Diet Sola.
Soila. Yes.
Okay, and then Grandolph. Give me all the Canadian. I don't like the way they phrased that. Not at all. Stop. Also, what did I do? What did I fuck up on Grandolph?
It's A-L.
You put Grandolph.
Yeah. It's an A, not an O.
Oh, okay. I'm just staring at this like, what the fuck are they talking about? Oh, that's what they mean.
Just rename him Granola, it'll be fine. He'll only find
Bruh,
out.
could we
whenever-
though? I kind of want
He
to.
won't find out till he gets here, so,
Yeah.
I can hear them upstairs, so they are almost here.
Shh, do it now.
I have all right, hold on. You know what? I actually have the perfect I actually have the perfect middle way.
Do you need like
now,
a
really quick, how do you spell granola before I fuck that up?
G-R-A-N-O-L-A.
Oh my god, I got that right. Yay!
Do you need a new paper texture? Because I noticed yours was terrible.
Ow! Bitch! I thought it looked fine! I thought it had like this cool like worn parchment thing going for it.
No, that looks fine. The fact that it's at like what, 200 by 200 DPI, like nah.
I mean, if you gotta call me out like that, damn.
I did. I'm sorry.
200 DPI. That's like a third, 2/3 what it should be.
Yeah.
Have you
yeah,
seen
I'll,
it?
I'll take. If you've got one to offer, I'll take it. Hold on, I'm being called.
No. Shots fired.
The children are home. I
Yes.
can hear them.
Marty mentioned that, yes. Or was it a ghost? I'm just sipping on my drink.
I was reading things, so I ignored the chat until I heard something
Oh.
about paper.
How dare you? No, it's fine.
I was reading things.
Oh, strong. Hello.
Hello.
You have arrived.
I have.
Well, we know who the late one is. The latest late one.
Latest late one.
She's just a little slow. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, we
She's
all
what?
knew she was a little slow, so it's
Oh
all
my
good.
god.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
It's her tiny short legs.
I'm glad I wasn't taking a drink for that.
Almost killed Brie.
Almost. That would be a
Right.
terrible. That'd be a terrible end to my day, honestly.
Yeah.
Or
Permanent
good
end
end,
is
depending
terrible.
on the day.
No, it'd be terrible. It's my birthday. Like, damn.
Oh. Have a map.
Yes.
Oh,
Kill me on my birthday. End it now.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
happy birthday.
I.
I'll try harder next year.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't even know, but I think I'm the oldest person here.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know how old everybody is.
Well, let's
How
start
old
with
are you?
you.
I'm 26.
Oh shit! I just saw those new pictures. They're adorable.
You're younger than me.
Yep.
Haha. Nice. That's okay. I'm older than the two other ladies in the group. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
am.
those.
Wait, I'm 26. Gonna be 27 next month. Am I the oldest
Oh.
person here?
No,
Yes.
By about 4 months.
I mean I'm 26 today. But
Oh no, I'm the old. I can feel myself aging rapidly.
no, why would you? Don't wish for a TPK. That's awful. But thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday.
Yes, thank you, Lumberjack Jake, for sending him a happy birthday. My people are so fucking sweet, except for when they offer a TPK.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not die.
No, I actually think this is plenty big. This is plenty big. I can work with this. This is gonna be such an upgrade.
Sorry, I couldn't handle it when I was watching the video last time, and I'm like, no, no.
All right, it's gonna switch over in 3, 2, 1. Actually, I want to do the theme song first. Fuck it, I'll do it later because I need to let everyone see it first.
Mhm.
What's our theme song?
It is a theme that I had commissioned a long time ago, and that I just am like, you know what? I'm gonna let this song be like associated with me as a dungeon master. That's what it's gonna be.
You'll have to link it later because I don't want to hear the sound of my own voice echoed back to me.
Oh, that's fine. It also plays at the beginning of the videos, so this one is gonna come a little later because we spent 20 minutes gabbing.
It's fine.
So
Jack, your son's a slut.
That's,
I mean,
that's
most
an
cats-
accusation and a half.
Most cats are.
let's
That's
be
true.
real. Is everyone's cat in heat? It feels like I've just been having a
No.
bunch of people in my streams
No.
with cats in heat.
We
My cats are
we fix our cats like responsible people.
Also, he's a boy.
Also, he's a boy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how animal mating
You
seasons
don't know how
work.
animals work?
I don't know how animals. Let's just end it there. Why are you a granola? Because you're good for
Yes.
us. We just don't always like having you around.
That's fair.
Wow.
I can get behind that.
Savage.
Oh, I don't even like having me around, so.
I am an animal. I mean, Yeah. I'm not gonna fight that.
Are you drooling? Why are you drooling?
It's very
Alright.
excited to see you.
He's just super excited. I'm gonna go ahead and mute us and play the theme song, then we can get ready for some D&D!
Yay.
Oh, he's my cat now.
Quit,
Wow.
guys,
That'll
quit.
be
Stop
fun.
fighting over a sentient pussy and let's play D&D.
No.
Yeah, you know what? That was a lot funnier in my head. I apologize.
Yeah, it definitely was.
That joke, that was a fall, but you know what? You miss every shot you don't take. Also,
Sometimes you shouldn't take
Hucklepuff
the
with
shot.
101 bits. Somebody really wants to keep their boss title. Someone does not want to lose their boss ability.
Number one, la la la.
Though your health is getting pretty low.
Hey, they're getting there. So, bringing up notes. With the Far-Flung campaign, we have Sola, the half-drow sorcerer, Bliss, the tiefling rogue, Candor, the tiefling warlock, Amarok, the dragonborn paladin, and Grandolph, the ever-wondrous granola
What?
wizard.
Who?
What?
What did I say?
Everrock?
Who's Emerald?
What the hell's that?
Did my name change and no one told me?
Yes.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, your note taking's really bad.
Well, that was a fun D&D stream, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Have fun. I'll see you guys never. Everyone, rocks fall and I died.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
It's canon now.
It is not canon.
It's canon.
No.
What have you done?
It's all Basil's fault.
Everything is my fault. Have you
Yep.
met me?
Well, you didn't hear, but I am the ruler of all things that exist, because I am Grandolph the Great.
Oh, you know what? No, I can take being embarrassed for 5 seconds to not let that happen. Fuck that noise.
Darn.
Anyway, time rewind. Sola, the half-drow sorcerer, Bliss, the tiefling rogue, Candor, the tiefling warlock, Vorton, the dragonborn paladin, and Grandolph, the ever-wondrous douchebag wizard, plus go fuck yourself. The party continued to search for a means to restore their souls and bodies, or find a means to do without entirely. Some members of the group made a connection with unknown or ignored gods, while others continued to search for their true answers and a means to save themselves, with implications that could echo further in their futures. You guys had an interesting set of circumstances happen to you last session.
Nah.
And I guess the question comes down to, what do you all, like, most of you now have made some weird connections with gods, and 2 of you
Not me.
are still kind of working on that.
Mm.
I don't trust gods.
I don't blame you. You should definitely not trust gods, especially mine. I think the question.
I won at poker, so.
Yeah, that was some good rolls, by the way. Like, I was like above game, very impressed. I guess the question I need to ask you guys is: after going through all of this, where do you guys want to meet?
I thought we were just supposed to meet back at the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am still buying things, if I'm not mistaken.
You're still out and about buying things?
I was at the thing last time we ended off. The store.
Which store is the thing? Because I remember you like getting the statue, and then you left.
I was looking at magical items.
And
that is why I sent you a list of magical item ideas.
And only one of them I approved of.
Yep.
So thankfully, I actually did anticipate this, and I have bought new supplements, so I actually have a whole new book of magic items to work off of. So,
Sick.
let's see what the dice giveth or taketh away.
The dice eateth and dice yoinketh.
I hate it. Stop. All right. We're gonna do it like this. Gonna roll. Oh, I actually think I got 2 supplements for this occasion. Let me double check here. No, just the one. Okay. I bought a lot of new supplements, and they're so fucking cool, and I want to build more characters with them, but we will see. So, I'm gonna roll them bones. Okay, so... Ooh, that's interesting. Let's see if I can make this not broken first. Excuse me.
Did you put the new background on the image?
Yeah. Is it not working? It should be working.
Why is it so blurry?
I don't know. I'll fuck with it a little bit, see if it if I can affect it at all. Probably because it's like super zoomed in, which might.
Why do you zoomed it in?
Because before that's what it was at, and whenever I swapped it out with the other image, apparently it was just like, nah, we're gonna keep it this way. It's like, okay, that's not what I wanted, but easy fix though. It just hurts you so bad to have that piece of that image up, doesn't it?
Yes. It does.
All right, there's the new image. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
On top of everything?
Yes, I hope this is what you wanted.
I mean, it's a good texture. It's not bad.
Everyone can just look at like paint dry on the fucking wall. God. Okay. Make slight adjustments. Okay. There, Your Highness.
Perfect.
Ooh, okay. No, this is actually pretty fucking good. I don't even have to do anything to this. All right, you're out and about and shopping, and I'm going to say that given that you guys are in Silvery Moon, there is just a crap ton of different carts and shops and areas out in public for you guys to easily peruse. And you actually end up seeing 2 items. I will tell you the new item that I'm going to potentially give you. But first, why don't you go ahead and reveal what the item that you brought to my attention that I was okay with. Your note-taking sucks! It's not easy, is it? Alright, I can scroll up here, actually.
Can you smell the salts?
No.
There we go. And I got it, and I was good with... Let me see here. Yeah, okay, yeah, the Ring of Duality.
Yes.
Okay. You see this one shop that has different rings and clothing and such, and it is, ironically, another older person, though this is an older man, an older human, who's just kind of like, filling with some, sewing needles as you kind of walk up to his little, shopping area. He has sort of like a tent over his entire area, which holds up and has all of like the different clothing tied up to it, and in front of you is just a handful of different trinkets and whatnot under like a glass casing for tables. He kind of like gets up, cracks his back, grabs his cane, walks over. How can I help you today?
Hello there. I'm just looking for, magical trinkets and the like. I've heard that Silvery Moon is, good for finding those sort of things, so...
They kind of chuckle. Yeah, it's like going to a tavern and being surprised they have liquor. You looking for anything specific, or would you mind telling me a little bit of what you're looking for, and maybe I can find something for you?
Oh, just perusing in general, nothing specific at the moment.
Man, you're the kind of person that makes being a dungeon master really hard.
That's because she is a dungeon master.
Is that what this
gonna give me, bitch?
is that what this is all about? You're just fucking testing me?
Sure.
Sure, we go with that. Well, if you want to look around, feel free to, but if you're looking for anything specific, I'm all ears. And he goes back and starts filling with whatever he was knitting together. You do notice that as he's knitting, there seems to be some kind of arcane energy just sort of like slipping between the needles.
Fancy.
Okay. I will take a look around, I guess.
All right, fine. We're doing it this way. Roll a perception check. You don't see anything that's that interesting. Most of the rings and most of the cloaks and everything just look kind of basic. Or even the ones that do look a little more intricate, you're like, this could be anything.
Ooh, okay. Well, I guess I will go over to the shopkeeper again.
You kind of wave him down as he pops his head up.
Do you have anything that I can use to either not get hit a lot or, heal myself up a little bit? I'm not particularly looking for potions, but,
He smiles at this and says, now this I can work with. I have 2 items specifically just recently crafted myself. Are you wanting to avoid getting hit or be able to heal from getting hit? I actually have 2 options for you.
Well, I mean, hypothetically both. I guess it depends on,
The
specifically
price.
the items, yeah.
I understand. These things do not come cheap. Well, I have this as they pick up this little cloak, and it has a very intricate clover design on the back of it. Sort of like, basically think of a 4-leaf clover, but around the clover is just this intricate writing and tapestry sort of going across the cloak itself, originating from the clover. This here is actually something of an interesting piece. Silvery Moon, so I made it myself, but it goes off of the old stories of the luck of the leprechaun, and it simply helps you avoid being caught. Above game, while attuned to this item, not wearing any armor, your armor equals 10, plus your dex, plus your charisma.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And it is an uncommon magical item, so it's going to cost you about 300 gold.
We're not rich. I'm not.
As you say, while there's literally almost 1,000,000 gold sitting there, being, like, untainted.
But I only get 70 a day, so
I know, and
I'm poor.
Blackstaff's just like, I'm helping, but I have limits.
Fair enough. What else? What's the other item?
Well, the other one here is a Ring of Duality. This one, I wish I could say was something I came up with the name. It's a little interesting, but no, I just sort of picked up on my travels. It is an adamantine intertwined with mithril in a braided rope-like pattern. The ring has 4 charges, 2 charges daily at dawn, 2 at dusk. You can expend 1 charge to inflict wounds at level 1, or expend to cast cure wounds at level 1. And that one would cost you 100 gold. Well, no, more like 200 gold, because you've got 2 spells pounded into that ring.
Okay. I happen to have some materials on me if you would at all be interested in a partial trade.
He raises his eyebrow. Let's see what you have.
Okay, I will take out the Displacer Beast Hide, the 2 Displacer Beast Tentacles I have, and the 5 vials of Displacer Beast Blood.
Okay. They see all of that. How much gold do you have on you right now?
I have about 100.
If you're willing to part with all of this, I'll give you one of them for 100. It just so happens that I'm actually in a very precarious situation, and these materials would be very useful for something I'm working on.
Okay. Am I able to... How would I know if that is a good deal or not? Could I insight check that?
You can roll an insight check on that. Man, that sounds great! You were gonna use these things anyway!
I mean, fair.
You get the idea that at best, he is probably gonna benefit from this more than you are in the short run, but depending on which of the 2 items you want, this could be very beneficial if you were not planning on already using the Displacer Beast Spits.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I do just have a little bit more shopping around to do, but if you don't mind, I will be right back. Probably within the next 1 to 2 hours. You should still be open by then, yes?
Oh yes, it's the middle of the day. Although I have to give you warning, I don't entirely know if this all will be here. I don't think I go through my stock too quickly, but I go through it fast enough.
I nod and say, well, fair enough, I'll keep that warning in mind. Okay.
And I'm responding to people asking me questions, so go keep going as you are.
It's all good. I'm going to, I guess, head to... Actually, no, I'm gonna go walk around and see if I can find a few stores that sell, like, I guess, creature bits is what I'm looking for. Like, hides and, like, basically what I'm selling off to this guy, or potentially selling off to this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to, like, get someone to appraise your materials really quick.
Exactly.
Alright, let me pull out one of my books here. Because that is very fucking smart.
Well, I don't want to get absolutely
No, you don't want to. You don't want to completely get just like trounced with this shit. Let me find specifically. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me. $21. You get the idea that it really depends on who you ask. Some people would be more willing to pay you up front with all the different shopkeepers that you're talking to, some people potentially would be more willing to pay you more upfront for those parts because they are in great need of them. Other people, it's just sort of, no, you really couldn't get anything for them. So it really comes down to finding the right individual who would need Displacer Beast bits. But because those fuckers are pretty powerful for the common man and they're a real pain, and you also kind of like know that the beasts that you were fighting were enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
So you could easily, I want to say, you could probably easily get somewhere between 1 to 200 gold for everything.
Okay, what could I get just for the 2 tentacles and the 5 vials of blood?
Okay, the 2 tentacles, I would say you would be able to, because you have 100 gold on you, right?
Yeah.
For the tentacles, the blood is not what he's really interested in. He's much more interested in the tentacles and the coats of them more than anything, so wouldn't get you nearly as well.
Okay, so probably about half that is what you're thinking?
Yeah, so maybe like the item would be 200 gold, like the more expensive of the items would be 200 gold, the least expensive would be like 150, and you trade in the items.
Okay. Whew.
You definitely get the idea, at least, as you're like talking to other shopkeepers and whatnot. What he's really trying to do is turn a profit. So he's really trying to be very careful not to like over reward you for these pieces, where he could potentially hire another adventurer for cheaper just to go out and like split half of the findings for a hunt.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can find... I guess I'm going to go back to the tavern for now.
Okay, yeah, kind of like see what the rest of the party thinks, maybe.
I'm specifically trying to find Bliss and Candor.
Alright. That's actually going to be easy enough, given that you all agreed to go to the same place. I'm gonna say Grandolph and Vorton! What are you guys up to? Are you guys coming back to the tavern as well?
Before we leave the tower, I want to ask the tiny dude that I can't remember whose name is,
Hiss.
if he has a piece of paper and a quill that I can use to write down the combination for the door.
Okay, I appreciate you being you and all, and being nice about it, but fuck no.
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 Okay.
Just straight up no. Fantastic.
This
That's
is a secret room for a reason.
Yeah.
Nah.
And that's why I need to be able to get in it with the group in case Grandolph gets hurt.
If you have it written down and you lose the paper, anyone can get in here.
I'm not gonna write down what it's for.
Hiss just like wipes his hand over his face. Like, oh my god. And he looks at you, Grandolph, and like motions like, this fucking guy.
I just like shrug. I mean, he's Vorton.
Look, just commit it to memory. I'll let you fiddle with it so you can keep practicing it at best, but no, I'm not letting you write it down.
Okay.
You can actually do that if you want. Like, you can roll to see if Vorton can, like, remember it from memory and see if he'll keep it.
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna say, because it just happened, you're gonna roll a flat intelligence, and you can add your proficiency bonus to the roll.
Okay. So, and just roll intelligence.
Natural
Nope.
1! You've already forgotten the combination!
Poor
Amazing.
Vorton.
Vorton's not good with this, apparently.
Vorton, no understand.
Vorton's
guy.
mind just breaks. He's like,
He tried.
Bahamut, things, armor.
You just hear from inside your head, "Oh, I'm sorry, son. I wasn't paying attention. What?" Where do you guys go after that? Do you have any more business you want to conduct with Hiss?
Can I, like... Do I have, like, a journal in my secret lab, possibly, with written down notes and such?
Ooh, let's roll. And that is a... Ooh. I want you to go ahead and roll me a flat d20.
A flat D20.
Yeah, because the D100 wanted to land on 50, so it... Unfortunately... You know what? With a 12... I'm gonna say yes. It's not very detailed, but it's like a day-to-day journal, like remembering what password goes to what email kind of thing.
Okay, just because, like... Also, this is something else I wanted to talk to you about. My age is 265. Is that gonna, like, be a problem with stuff that's happened in this world? Should I, like, lower it?
No, actually,
I just
old
put
man.
an age.
honestly, that's fine. In fact, that actually helps a lot with what I have planned. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's even more fucked up. That's great.
Next question. Could I look to see if there's possibly a diamond of sorts here?
Ooh, okay. Once
No
again.
particular reason. Roughly around.
All right,
roughly
I
around
need
50
you.
gold
All right, the RNG Collective gifted you another 50, so roll a flat 20. And if it's past 15, I'll let you roll perception to see if you can find one. It is a
That's
3.
unfortunate.
No.
I didn't want to cast Chromatic Orb anyways. It's fine.
Maybe you should just, like, next when you level, just switch it out. Just be like, it's not helping me.
Yeah, but if I have a diamond, it will.
How often have you not had a diamond?
Well, I don't have money. That's my problem. I have 14 gold to my name. If I could buy a diamond, I would.
The
Tomorrow
great
you'll
and powerful
have
Grandal,
84.
seeker of knowledge and knower of things. Really bad bank account.
Sorry, dying kind of drained me.
Yeah.
Do I have any, like, spare gold laying around?
You only have your 14, and what Blackstaff is very slowly fixing for you guys. Also,
Okay, yeah.
I thought about this. The way I picture Blackstaff, like de-magicking each pieces of gold is him like taking his arm and literally like rubbing them down, like trying to like wipe a smudge off each individual piece of gold.
Fantastic.
Either that or he eats it and then just spits it up. Either one works for me.
Well, I have nothing else to do here then. Are there any doors? Like doors in a frame here?
The only doorway is basically the way that you came in. Everything else is just wall and stone.
Could I possibly ask Hiss if he could bring a door frame in here?
I see. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, you do.
Why? That's like the door's not gonna open up to anything.
But it will. My one friend has a key that opens it to places.
Oh shit! That would. He actually ponders that. You guys are got some kind of teleportation going on. That. Well, big guy, you're not gonna need the password now, and in fact, that's actually really useful. That means I can lock this side of the place up, and God, it's gonna be a load. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, easy. I'll have a door frame for you by like the end of tomorrow. That's easy.
Perfect.
Just puts it against like the brick wall. It's fine. This'll do.
Yeah, no. What he's essentially going to do is literally just take a door frame and a door and lean it up against the wall. That's all he's gonna
Make sure it
do.
opens away from the wall so we don't run into a wall.
Right.
Ah, damn it! You figured out what I was gonna do. Okay, I won't.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And hey, if you have any, concerns or need, someone to talk to, I'm always here. Like, I don't like getting too involved in your shenanigans, but I mean,
For sure. I'll keep that in mind. I could always use someone to talk to.
Okay, good, because I'm really bad at this, and I wasn't really sure what else to say.
It's all good.
He just nods and like whistles the quail away from his head. All right, if there's nothing else you need, I need to go back because I'm kind of hoping nobody burnt the fucking tower to the ground.
For sure. And hopefully we can figure out my whole soul situation.
Yep. From there, I'm guessing you all go back to the tavern.
Yes. I've done what needs to be done.
You guys just see Grandolph coming. He's got blood on his hands. The deed is done. Okay. And pulling up these notes. While I'm pulling this up, let's see what Bliss and Candor. Candor, you especially, buddy. You've been like checking out your one friend who's been like having an imaginary game of poker with themselves. That's interesting.
She's drunk. It's fine. This is nothing new.
All right. She seems to have stopped playing. Do you address her or talk to her at all?
I will tap her on the shoulder, like you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I feel fine.
Are
you okay?
What do you mean you feel fine? You were just fucking wasted.
Okay, out of game. Did you say last game that she's sober again now?
Yeah, you were 100% sober. Like you. It's
Okay.
like you never got drunk.
Okay, I thought so. Bliss just like shrugs and goes, I don't know, I don't feel drunk.
Just slowly, like, narrowing his eyes. I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know. You just... Okay, are you done doing whatever the hell you wanted to do here? Besides... get drunk.
Get
and he, like,
plastered.
he air quotes drunk, because obviously that didn't happen. I don't know.
Bliss just looks around and then looks at the coin that she has and just goes, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, Candor, you 100% see the coin. Like, as she's, like, twirling it around in her fingers, you see it.
It's a coin.
Yep.
I don't know where the hell it came from, but it's a coin.
Alright.
It's just... Okay, as long as you say that you're done, I guess.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed I'm no longer drunk, but, you know.
I mean, you could get another drink. It's open tab for you right now. I paid for it.
Bliss just, like, pauses for a minute
Just you.
and goes, oh, I'm gonna get another drink. And then he gets up and goes and gets another drink.
Do you get the same thing, which was just, like, a bunch of alcohol mixed into one cup that would just knock you out?
The barkeep
Sure,
must be
why
so
not?
impressed.
Right, barkeep.
Yeah, no, as you go up, the thicket, the barkeep just kind of looks at you and just, like, is a little, like, he almost, like, kind of stumbles back, like, can I help you? And with his one good eye, you, like, see his brow raised, very concerned.
She just, like, leans up on the bar and, like, puts her head on her hand and goes, can I have another drink?
Okay, what kind of blood magic were you using?
She just shrugs.
Well, open tab. Why not? Same thing as before.
Sure.
He just grabs a bunch of different alcohol bottles. He pauses in the middle of it, looks at you, kind of narrows his eyes, puts one bottle back, grabs a very tiny bottle, and pours that into the cup, shakes it up, and then hands it to you.
Awesome.
Alright.
Bliss kind of gives him a thumbs up and then saunters back over to Candor.
So just like before, Bliss, when you drink this is how this works. You can either roll con to see if you'll stay not drunk, or you can just drink it and get drunk.
We'll roll con. That makes it funner.
All right. Go ahead and make a con save for me. Natural 20!
Amazing.
You're gonna drink this poor barkeep out of like his home.
You sip through this, or chug it, whichever you prefer, with little issue whatsoever. And it tastes really fucking good. Like, it like burns really well going down, and just the flavor of all the alcohol mixed together. This barkeep knew what he was doing, but it also knew what he was doing. Like, he's looking at you, like, he actually is, like, scratching at his eye patch, like, as he's just, like, slack jaw looking at you like, what the hell?
She's gonna finish the drink and go get another one.
At this point, I think the rest of everybody else shows up as you're getting another drink. God damn.
I will snap my fingers and have my raven return to my shoulder because I'm extra.
Sounds good.
Wearing
And
my
it's
fancy outfit.
totally not because I called you out and said that it never was there half the time. Nope.
Nope. he was in the rafters last game because he was using him to cheat.
Oh, that's true. So he just floats down.
I mean, no, he just snaps in and out of existence. He doesn't want anyone to know he was cheating. God.
Like anyone else fucking is paying attention, but fair.
It's okay. He
Yeah.
covers his tracks.
That's true. That's why he's a good thief. Fair enough. Everyone else, you guys show up to the Nipping Ram, and you guys are just all at a table now together. Role-playing out, you guys can either just say that you explain what you guys went through, or you can role-play it out, your choice.
Yeah, I guess we'll just... I mean, I'm not gonna tell them jack diddly squat. I just want, them to... I just want them to come make my things cheaper for me.
Barton turns to Bliss. Just goes, so, did you meet your god?
Bliss just looks at him and goes, I mean, I didn't see anyone that looked overly godly. As she's getting another drink.
Yeah, this is you get another drink. Go ahead and roll another con save for me.
Does this
Please get
dude,
that one.
like, is he suspicious now?
He's very suspicious. He's doing this out of his own, like, curiosity at this point. Bliss, this one's kind of hitting you a little bit. You're a little tipsy now. Like, it's warm.
Ooh.
This is where I like to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
as
say.
Can I cast Purify Food and Drink on the table? So that when Bliss
Well, she-
comes back, it will just purify the alcohol?
What would purifying the alcohol even accomplish?
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
technically, alcohol's a poison.
It would just make it so you don't get drunk.
the question I'm gonna ask is, well, here's the thing, right? I don't think Bliss is leaving the alcohol unattended.
Nah.
So
think she
It's a
knows.
5
you'd
foot
have
radius
to
sphere centered on-
outright put your hand out and purify the drink in her hand. Like
She'll
just
bite your hand off.
like in the middle of her drinking, just tap the mug and then just take
I
it
li-
away.
I linked the spell in
Oh,
the
it is
chat.
10 feet. It's not a touch.
Oh
It's
my
not a
god, yeah.
What sphere?
Oh my
You can
God.
just if you want, but it's we're gonna have. Oh my god, this is great. This is fucking great. All right, is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Bliss, as you go to take in another like swig of your alcohol, it's water.
I just stare at the cup. And I get back up. And I turn and I go back to the bar. And I look at the barkeep and I go, why is this water?
He looks at the cup and is like, all right. He hands the mug. He takes the mug away from you. That's what I'm calling it.
You've been
She
cut
just squints
off.
at him and goes, dude, I'm not even drunk.
Yeah, but if you're going to drink me out of my bar and you're going to come up and change my alcohol to water with magic, that's not good business. You can stop now.
She just like stares at him and then slowly turns and squints at her party members.
If one of them's willing to come clean and pay for the alcohol they just wasted, you can keep going back at it. But I'm not playing
Is
this
Vorton
game.
laughing?
Probably Vorton can't keep this.
In this big suit of armor is like Shifty Eyes completely frozen in
Vorton-
place.
He's a
Vorton just
dragonborn.
gets up and walks over and drops like 10 gold on the counter.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of
He
gold,
puts
man.
9 he like shuffles 9 gold back to you and just kind of like takes the ones like, this is all I need, but thanks.
Okay. I leave the rest and just go sit back
Swear
down.
to God, you guys are gonna be like the Mali Empire and just crash the economy with your frivolous spending.
Can I go like take some of that gold? I'm hella
Yeah,
broke,
no,
man.
I'm just picking it up for him. Don't worry.
No, I'm just holding it for a friend.
Yeah.
Bliss is like glaring down Vorton, doing that thing that cats do when they like whip their tails when they're angry.
Do a lizard.
Everything changed for this man when Bliss entered the tavern.
I do a little like lizardy tongue thing at Bliss, tauntingly.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Don't
which
get
you
your
can. I keep forgetting I gave you the shield to make you look normal. So yeah, you could totally read his expression of like, haha, I did that.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Motherfucker.
How rude.
Yeah, I would just like to point out that Vorton does not look like a suit of armor.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I thank you. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that he looks like what scale Dragonborn is he again?
Isn't he silver?
Bronze.
Oh.
He's bronze.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember him being silver, which would if he was a silver Dragonborn. Oh my God.
I'm bronze, so I have thunder resistance.
Hey,
Yeah.
we saw you for like one
Perfect.
game as a Dragonborn.
Yeah, it hasn't
Been
been
a while.
It hasn't been that long. You guys never don't take the opportunity to make use of your living bag of holding. So, all right. So Sola, you're not gonna share with what was going on with you. You just want to convince someone to help you get some stuff. What about the rest of you? Do you guys share your findings?
Hell, I didn't find anything.
Yes.
Yeah, they just played cards.
Yeah.
I mean,
Candor just humored Bliss.
I mean, he had a talk with his god earlier last game. That's really all that happened for him.
How much gold did you all win, or did you not win anything?
Oh
None of
yeah.
your business.
If you guys weren't keeping track of it, I was telling you how much you were winning.
Yeah. I
I think
kept track of mine.
I put it. It was like 25 gold or something.
It was sizable. Like you guys ended up cleaning house pretty decently.
It was pretty good.
Must be nice.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, I'll tell them some of the stuff I found out.
Okay, when you say some of the stuff, you need to be specific.
Yeah. I was gonna say you do need.
Well, I'm not gonna say out loud that I found a secret lab. I'll just say like I found some of my old stuff.
Well, then just say it. Just
That
tell us
sounds
that.
extremely suspicious.
You have
We're in
a
bar, there's
literal.
people listening.
I mean, you
We
guys
don't-
can whisper. You're in a bar. People are getting drunk and not paying attention to you.
So I'll like go up to them and tell them that I talked to a man named Hiss at the tower.
He's
Bless
insane.
you.
Barn. I said hiss, not sneeze.
Ha, ha, ha.
And that he took me to my lab, told me some stuff about my past that I don't quite fully understand.
To your lab?
So you do mention the lab.
I mentioned
Just-
a lab, I don't mention anything about the lab.
Okay,
you
you
don't go
definitely
into
said
detail.
your lab, but okay.
Yeah, I mentioned a lab, I'm not gonna say
Hey,
like
for all you guys know, he's talking about his Labrador Retriever that he forgot he had. He's the
Hey.
best boy.
I mean, he can't use the key without Candor because it's attuned to Candor. So
Yup.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tell them a bit about like what you've discovered about your past, your connection, and kind of how your situation is, and that you found an old research facility you used to take care of.
Yeah. Wasn't much in it. Just a book filled with passwords.
Yeah?
Passports?
There's a book. Grandolph, the greatest of all identity thieves.
Yes, I forge passports with magic.
Yeah? Can I just straight up insight check that?
Fuck
That
yes,
seems
you
suspicious
can. He's
as
not.
fuck.
He's not doing a very good job.
That's okay.
And I'm turning off these notifications so they shut the fuck up when I do things. Soft 20, you gotta beat that.
Oh, I have to roll insight?
You have to roll deception.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, isn't it though? 16 wouldn't have been bad. Sola, he is leaving out a lot of very pertinent information very clearly with the way he keeps pausing and kind of like adjusting how he wants to say things.
Sounds like stuff I could use. Anyways, okay, I'll just
tell me nothing about what you did.
yeah, cause I'm not dumb. Anyways,
Get shit on.
I'll give him a little bit of squinty eyes, but I won't say anything.
I'll squint back at her.
The little anime electric thing happens between
Yeah.
you two as you stare each other down. Alright. At that point, you guys have shared what you found for the most part, or completely ignored even saying anything. Sola, how are you going to convince your party members to help you get your shit?
Hey, you two, I don't even know what to refer to you as, underworldly types. Do you have any?
That's racist.
I don't
From
know.
her drink and just slowly squints, and then slowly turns to Candor.
Candor does not even respond. We are in a public place. You do not say that in any kind of way. He's just petting Tempest, who is sitting in his lap. It's fine.
The cat, however, is looking at you with daggers.
Are you guys any good at selling things and or buying things?
Perhaps.
I
Bliss just
require
goes,
some assistance.
Bliss. Take a drunk Bliss with you and see how that goes. What are you looking to get?
There's some magic items at a store I'm quite interested in. However, I feel like they may be a little bit overpriced. I was thinking of selling some of the materials that I took from the Displacer Beast, but from what I can tell, I'm getting a little bit screwed on that end too. So, I mean, I'm not terrible at, figuring out discounts and the like, but I'm not great at it, so.
I suppose I could help you. I need to go look for a few items myself. And I will get up and go with her.
Okay.
Perfect.
Or let her lead the way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be smart, given that they know kind of where everything is.
Possibly.
Bliss is gonna stay and drink.
Yeah, get crunked!
You're not on tab anymore.
No, she's still on
No,
tab.
she still is. Like, once they, like, when Vorton, like, paid for the wasted alcohol, it was like, alright, fine, you can keep going.
Oh my god.
Like,
Okay.
the barkeep was just more concerned that you guys were literally wasting alcohol and potentially trying to trick him.
Okay, is anybody else going with us, or is it just me and Candor?
I like magical things.
Would you like to come and window shop, Mr. Poor Man?
I would love to.
Mr. Poor
Yeah.
Man! Fucking
Or-
hell.
Orton wants magical items, but also wants to make sure Tiny One doesn't get, like, completely destroyed.
Well, since you have money, I'll stay with Tiny One, and you could go shopping with the hose.
Okay.
Oh.
Guys, I'm not that tiny.
Vorton
I'm an
stands
average
next to
height.
No,
How tall are
nobody
you?
trusts you.
7 feet.
Yeah, I was about to say, if anybody's tiny, it's Sola.
Shh.
Everyone's tiny next to Vorton, so
I mean, I'm not that much tinier. In comparison, it's only a foot. God.
place his head on top of your head.
I mean, in comparison to everybody else.
I'll go with the shoppers.
Okay.
Cool.
Peruse the magic items.
Get in, bitch, we're going shopping.
Get in the cart.
I turn to Grandolph. It's like, is there anything in particular you want?
No.
All right, so this is what I need to ask. How many things of hide between all of you did you get from the Displacer Beasts?
I didn't get any.
I didn't get any either.
I was, I think, the only one that actually... I grabbed them, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just expected it to learn about its weaknesses and stuff, essentially.
I tried, but it didn't go well.
No, it didn't. So, out of all of you, I think that means Sola, you have one Displacer Beast hide on you. Yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
have 2 Displacer Beast tentacles and 5 vials of Displacer Beast blood.
So the vials are worth 12 gold. The tentacles are worth 10 each, and the hide is worth 200.
Oh, you were getting fucked.
The tentacles are worth how much? 12 each?
10 each.
10 each.
Yeah, it took me a minute to like find Displacer Beast because this supplement is really weird with how it organizes it, but I found it. And if you've got one hide, you know that after talking to enough people, that's the big thing that this guy clearly wants. So essentially, you could just trade a hide for the ring, I believe, because the ring was cheaper.
Okay. So when it comes down to it, with the Displacer Beast hide, you said it was like a better hide, right? Because it was on these
Yes,
augmented
so-
creatures.
Yeah, because the Displacer Beasts normally, you all knew from your rolls back when they arrived, Displacer Beasts are displacement beasts. They aren't invisible. These things went pure invisible, so these things are modified.
Okay. So, Candor, and I suppose Vorton, as you're here as well. The choice stands, should I get these magical items, or should I commission a magical item using this hide that I have?
I mean, I don't know what you're aiming to get as it is, but Displacer Beast hide, as far as I know, is very good quality for making something that would be useful to you. So, I don't know what you're going after, but good luck. Either way, I guess.
Okay. I will let him know about the cloak and the ring as the 2 options that are kind of that I'm looking at the moment.
Do you want me to repeat what those items are, Candor?
Yes.
So the Ring of Duality, 4 charges. You can use 1 charge to either inflict wounds or cure wounds. And the other item, pull it back up on my notes, is a Clover Cloak, and its entire concept is that it if you're not wearing armor, your AC becomes 10 plus your charisma plus I think it was
Dexterity?
Dexterity, thank you, because I actually have to find it again. I accidentally closed it. But yeah, dexterity and charisma. So for Sola, that'd be fucking good.
Yeah. No lie. Well, as far as I've known, anything based on Displacer Beast would help you not get hit, but it's also okay to have healing. It just depends on if you can stay alive that long. Definitely not referring to himself, who constantly goes down. It's fine.
Okay. Vorton, what are your thoughts on this? Fortune.
I think it's thinking.
Thinking.
I got
'Cause
you. I knew
What
you were
type
doing that.
what type of items can you get made with this?
Right?
This is-
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So maybe
Is it-
maybe we'll check out to see what this dude can make for me.
Gandor's like, and the couple in Waterdeep could possibly do something too. He just stops, pauses, and he's like, I imagine they can probably do a little bit more than just motions to his fancy clothes.
You guys hear a whistle coming from the barkeep. Any motions for you, Sola, to come on over?
Oh, okay. I will walk over.
Sorry, couldn't help but overhear you guys a little bit. Plus, no offense, kind of keeping an eye on that one as he points to Vorton.
Fair enough.
Orton waves.
You got a displacer beast hide?
Yes.
And where exactly did you fight this displacer?
In the south.
If you don't remember, I can tell you.
The forest of Tethir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Far, far, far south.
He nods. Mind if I see it?
Yep, I will take it out and let him inspect it, but I will keep my eye on him.
He actually lays it out on the table right in front of you, and he pulls out a candle from under his barkeep table. He lights it, and he kind of motions over it, and you see a very interesting concept with this cloak. You see it turn invisible, but there's like an after image just floating above it. And he smiles. Yeah, he de-ignites the candle, puts it away. 200 gold, I can make it something out of this. Really nice. Can avoid going with any of the other guys. They wouldn't know what to do with this if they killed it themselves.
This is the barkeep saying this to
This
me?
is the barkeep saying this to you.
I mean, do you have any examples of any of your prior work?
He actually rolls his shoulder, grabs his arm, and pops it out of its socket. And when he places it on the table, you realize that the arm does not look like a normal arm anymore. It's like this one armor that made just of leather, and that's it. It's just a leather arm. Puts it back into place. You kind of hear like this snap as he grunts, and magic just seems to bring the hand back to life while making it look like a normal hand again. Blood magic can be a very useful thing if you know how to use it properly, and I definitely have seen combat most of the time in my days.
Can I Arcana check that?
Sure, you can.
Can I insight check him to make sure that he's being honest?
Yeah, you can. With that Arcana check,
Nope. Fine.
with that Arcana check with a 12, that's as uses of blood magic you've never seen before, but you kind of have the idea that it is definitely a combination of this dude is just a very sturdy individual and can handle the pain and the sacrifice of blood that's necessary to literally create a living arm out of nothing. So it's probably like uses vary kind of magic. And Candor, with that insight, this dude is kind of weirding you out actually a little. Even with a 7, it's like he's a little too eager to want to work on this for a barkeep.
I want to go out and I just want to like touch his hand like I put my hand out for a handshake. Just- Similar minds.
He kind of like raises an eyebrow to you and takes your hand with the air quote fake arm, and when you grab it, it feels like real skin. And this is a very hairy individual, so like even the hairs on the back of his hand and arm are very real feeling.
Okay, he didn't like change form, so we're okay. We're clear in that aspect. Shake everybody's hand. I need to know.
I have to do the handshake test.
Look, he's been traumatized just a little bit.
I don't blame you.
How familiar are you with blood magic?
Just the basics. I use a little bit of magic to help make my armors and my weapons when I was a bit of a traveler myself. Usually need to rely on other people to help enchant the item, but I'm pretty good at making stuff.
So, if you don't mind me asking, why exactly are you a barkeep and not in this line of business? And I'll kind of like motion towards the cloak.
He motions to his arm. This is pretty decent for regular use, but it's not exactly strong enough to wield a sword. At least not with effort. He kind of like actually tries to like punch forward, and you see the arm literally lock up like it was mechanical, and it slowly kind of lowers down. He grits his teeth, and he clearly seems to be biting in the inside of his cheek as the arm just sort of like lets go and relaxes again. It's not perfect magic, but it was enough to get me to what I needed.
And you've decided not to be a crafter as well.
He smiles. I didn't want to break the Silvery Moon economy. Besides, most people who come around either are folk like you with and he kind of messes with the cloak, very interesting finds, or it's just another farmer needing their tools being repaired, and I'm not really in the mood to deal with that.
Can I insight check that?
Yes, you can.
Is he being honest with me? I don't know.
As far as you know, like, everything he's telling you, like, makes sense, and it seems legit. He, you know, it's basically the tried and true, I used to be an adventurer like you until my arm got fucking ripped off.
Until he took an arrow to the shoulder.
What sort of qualities do you think this cloak, or whatever you're going to make for me, would have?
Basically, from what I was able to test right here, it's a very interesting one. You would potentially be able to use the displacer abilities as they were, but they seem really enhanced. He takes the candle out and redoes it. Notice how the cloak itself seems intangible, if it's not just plain invisible. Maybe not intangible, but you can see through it. But then you see here, and he hovers his good hand over the after image. It's almost like you're making a clone of yourself, one that can mimic your movements. So not only do you get partial invisibility, you get a distraction.
I'll turn to Candor and ask him if he thinks it's a good idea.
He just kind of looks off for a second. Doesn't want to mention something. He's like, I mean, making yourself less likely to get hit by something sounds pretty good to me.
I'll let you guys decide on it. I gotta go take care of these gentlemen. Alright, I'm coming! And he, like, kind of walks away to start, like, helping out with the rest of the people who need food or a drink.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Like, cause I feel like I'd be more interested in the ring than I would for the cloak for the magic dude at the other store.
Yeah.
Just because 300 gold seems like quite a bit, but I don't really have 200 gold on me at the moment. I have a bit, but not that much.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
going to directly stare at Vorton.
You already owe him gold.
Shh! I can have a sugar daddy.
Vorton doesn't
Oh,
know
God.
that in character!
What?
It's funny because I made a joke and I'm not telling the truth.
Morton stares back as Solian just rubs his fingers together like, money.
At the mention of that, Candor will just, like, pull, like, 50 gold out of his coin purse, and he's like, here, part of what I owe you. You'll get the rest later.
To Vorton?
Yeah, I owe him 100 gold.
I will puppy dog eyes at the money that is being handed over.
Oh my god.
Vorton makes adjustments to the Bank of Vorton.
I mean, Vorton, old buddy, old pal. I mean,
Show me pal.
I mean, like, if I get gear that makes it harder for me to be hit, it really helps us as a group, you know. Yes.
Yes.
And also, I can pay you back. Can I roll persuasion?
I'm gonna let you, the players, decide whether or not you're gonna let it to be developed to roles or roleplay.
Bliss
Yeah,
is just hovering at this point, sipping her drink very loudly.
Vorton's eyes up, so yeah, just like, you're right. It'll make you harder to hit,
Oh my god.
but you already owe me 100.
And I'm gonna like just kind of take like a little bit more of a sassy pose, and I'm like, "Are we really going to be fighting over this low amount of?" Never mind. And I'm just gonna kind of like wave my hand, and I'm like, "You know exactly what I mean. You know I'm good for it."
But Vorton needs money too.
For what right now?
I have some things in the works.
That sounds like that's gonna take some time. This is a now thing.
Is it though? Because you're not getting it immediately.
Pretty please. I'll be a good girl.
Oh my god.
Oh
This is
no.
getting weird now.
Here, let me just put the 18+ rating on my stream really quick, and there.
Vorton's a good paladin. He's not.
Listen,
Seduced by the ways of tiny
if reality has told me anything, it's the religious ones who are the most freaky.
It's the priests that are the freaky.
Plus, she's not a little boy, so I mean.
Ow.
Maybe in any other stream, this would be a problem, but I regularly shit on religion, so we good. Ooh.
And when will you pay me back?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
What?
no, I was talking.
Yep. Candor. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna allow what you want to do because, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
What the fuck are you doing, you suspicious bitch?
Hey, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing shit
No.
secretly. You have no clue.
That's what happens when you have two sneaky bastards in the party.
Okay.
Oh, that is perfect. No, I like this. So this is what. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys finish, and then Candor, I'll tell you what you see.
Okay.
Vorton's size. It's like, will you pay me back?
Yes.
Can an insight check that?
All right. Inside Sola above game roll. Oh no.
Well,
She really means it, Vorton. She really means it. She will totally pay you back after you're dead.
I'm... Good luck with that. I'm already dead.
Twice.
Until you're dead twice.
Vorton will hand over the 200.
200, sweet, cool.
He
You said
bartered
200
for
earlier.
This is giving me just flashbacks to all the cartoons of
You
like
said
the
200
rich
earlier,
kid
so.
who bugs their dad for money, and then the dad gives them way more money than they asked for. It's like fucking sweet.
Fantastic.
Bliss just looks in awe at this freaking Blatant favoritism.
No one
I
ever asked. No one else ever asked for a ton for
I
gold.
asked you for money, and I got like, you better pay me back. Very stern. So I want to hear
Listen,
it.
it clearly pays to be innocent looking and cute.
You're
Worth
saying
it.
I'm not cute? God, that's
I'm
so
saying
You?
Candor is cute in a boy band way, where
yeah.
that I don't think that's not gonna give you money unless you're willing to make a very greased up man rubbing his hands together very rich.
You gotta remember, Vorton's a Dragonborn paladin, so pretty much anything that looks innocent is like, oh, innocence. Okay.
It's okay. Okay.
To be fair, I also have like celestial / like angelic aura stuff.
Oh my god, that's why you wanted to be this. Fuck! She's been playing the long game the whole time!
Oh god.
Alright, Candor, you don't notice anything or feel any presence until you look down. And you just sense... I don't know what that was, but that was a good react. That's a good that's about the sound I think Candor makes when you just see this purple, like this dark purple like cloud just blacken your vision about 60 feet down. It is under this tavern, under the city.
What?
Nothing.
Do we
Don't know any-
notice Candor making noise or anything?
I mean, he
Yeah,
looks-
did you audibly do something?
That
Yeah.
wasn't me.
No, that
not
was
me.
that was a joke. I'm gonna say
Okay.
this because Candor is because of what Candor is doing is so subtle. None of you can really notice that he's just sort of like, I'm bored of this conversation.
Okay.
Hmm. I'm just thinking.
At this point, the tavern keeper comes back and he says, "Sorry about that. By the way, people call me Thicket," and he put his hand out to properly shake your hands, and otherwise you can call me Sorrel.
I will shake his hand.
It's a very firm shake, but given that you are much smaller than him, you notice there is like this like pulled back grip because you get the idea he's very familiar with like introducing himself to people because he's being very careful not to like do the big macho man crush your hand and prove I'm so strong.
Yeah, please do not do that. I do not have a very strong grip.
No, and
I
like
am
you
light,
can
but not
definitely
strong.
feel from the way he's shaking your hand like he has a lot of control over what he's doing. And he offers the handshake to you as well, Candor.
I will shake his hand firmly.
And he
Firmly grasp it. No,
firmly
okay.
grasp it. That's 3 sessions now that meme has come out. Can we get to all 6? Can we
I
do
mean-
it?
I can't help it. It's just some people here wouldn't understand because they don't like SpongeBob.
Let's be real. It's SpongeBob prior the movie. The first one is gold. Everything after the movie is bleh.
I mean, some of it after the movie was okay, but it's like it varies.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
So, you giving it any thought?
And I'm kind of nudge Candor a little bit. Yeah, I think we've kind of come to a decision. When do you think that you'd be able to have this done by?
I think it depends on how quickly you need it, but if you let me have my time, I could have this done in a week. If you need it desperately, I'd say 4 days.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to rush you in any way.
Don't want to
And
get
I'm-
those rush fees.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Candor and then look back to this guy, or Thicket, and say, are you by chance interested in getting more of these types of materials, just in general? I can't promise you more Displacer Beast hides, but obviously we are adventurers.
If you've got more stuff that you need made, definitely come to me. I can get you the better prices, and I can find the right people for it. But, not interested in buying anything off you.
Okay.
but perhaps a trade for more materials for you to experiment with.
He puts his hand up and kind of shakes it. Not looking for experimentation, looking for commission work.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You want something built or made? I know the people to help make it.
So, is it just 200 flat? Would you prefer... I suppose, would you deal with half now, half after we pick it up? It's just a little, you know, a little bit of a lot of gold, actually, to be putting down on the table right away. Right, Candor?
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, just 100 now. And from there, I mean, if you don't come back or you die, I'll just sell it. Make a profit.
That's fair. How long will you be holding it afterwards?
I'd say if I don't get any word from you after a month, you can expect it to be sold.
I mean, that sounds perfectly fine. Okay, I will hand him the 100 gold, and I'll let him take the Displacer Beast hide.
He takes it from you. You see him fold it up and roll it up in a very special kind of parchment and leather bagging, kind of leather wrap. And he places it down and puts it, actually puts it in his satchel, which you kind of notice has like this very like firm sort of tug and multiple sort of clips. It's very purposefully made not to be easy to pickpocket.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, where exactly did you learn your type of magic? I'm a little bit familiar with it myself.
He smiles and says, "Let's see if we can make this more than one-time thing, and I can start having you pay me to teach you what I know. Some secrets are pretty valuable."
I will just nod my head. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, Thicket. I'll be back within a month, obviously.
Sounds good. He starts putting the candle away and starts going back to prepping people's food behind the kind of the swing open door to where he's either grabbing food or drink and kind of prepping it. And the tavern is just full of the patrons now.
Okay. I am still going to attempt to drag Candor out to go shopping. Because Candor still wanted to look at stuff, and also now I have money.
Now I have money spent that I'll never pay back.
And also, like, as we're leaving, can I kind of just, like, stick my tongue out at Grandolph?
Yeah, you would totally do that. I see no problem with that.
Rude.
Are you still coming with us, Wartime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bush just walks up to Grandolph and kind of elbows him and goes, "You're getting mocked by a child. How does that make you feel?"
I don't worry myself with lesser beings.
Bush just snorts and goes back to drinking.
Now that's racist.
Apologies, I have to work with a certain Candor with all the whispering shit.
I'm sorry! He has secret.
He has secret
Please
needs.
stop hogging the DM.
I'm not hogging him. He's not
Scare
even
him.
paying attention to me most of the time, so it's okay.
Excuse? Rocks fall and Candor fucking dies.
I guess I'm out. Bye. It's been fun.
Happy birthday!
Rocks. Those damn sky rocks get you every time.
Damn Skyrocks.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 second.
God forbid my character have secrets that I don't want the players to know about. Yet. Besides, all I'm really getting, guys, is lots of typos.
There's only so far you can push a man. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Oh, come on. We're friends. That's how I treat friends. I make fun of
Is that so?
them. I mean, I thought we were. I
No,
guess not.
no,
Okay.
we are. Honestly, the worst part about me is I can be a sensitive little bitch about things. So I actually do need the constant barrage of being fucked with, or else I don't get over it.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
I'm ready to go.
All right, you guys head over to the shop,
This is a shop.
and you head back over to. You're going straight towards the same gentleman, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. He's just kind of like fiddling with some different stuff, and I'm rolling this D100, and okay, 82. Yep, the ring and the cloak are both still there.
Okay.
As you walk up with your group, he looks up and he looks a little like concerned that you've brought like 4 other people with you. He's like,
I've only brought 2.
okay.
Yeah, the other 2 stayed at the bar.
He just kind of looks up and like sees you brought friend. He's like, roll an insight check with advantage.
With advantage?
Yes, because he's not hiding this very well. Yeah, you get the idea that he thinks he's about to get mugged.
Oh, fair. Okay, I will just go up to him and I'll say, sorry, unfortunately, I decided to go with somebody else for the hide, but I do still have the tentacles and the blood if you are interested in that, and I will take that out.
Okay. I would say that I take the tentacles, and I would say I could take 50 gold off of one of the 2 items.
Just for the tentacles?
Just for the again, I have someone who's wanting commissioned work done, and I do have a use for these, so I'm actually willing to give you more than what they're regularly worth, because they're far more worth to me.
Okay, well, you know, and I'm gonna look over to, Candor and kind of just, like, shrug, and I go, yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good deal.
Yep. I mean, it sounds reasonable.
Okay, yeah, I will, sell the 2 tentacles to him then.
I'm definitely not a business partner, and I'm just gonna use message to, like, speak to Sola as, like, I work on commission. I require 10%.
You haven't done nothing!
I was here, you inquired about my services.
Okay, and I will, pass him 150, and I will get the ring.
Okay. And with that, you now have... Oh, what? I keep closing things. Damn my desire to be organized with everything in front of me. Click
It's
the
hard
icons.
on the internet.
It really is. You now have the Ring of Duality.
Okay, sick. And then I'm gonna motion over towards the other 2 and just say, these are some of my adventuring companions. I just brought them along since they would probably be interested in magic items as well.
All right. To the both of you, are you looking for anything specific?
I would just love to see what you have for armor, weapons, and the like, and anything unusual. I'm a curious sort.
Well, weaponry, I do have some options. Let the DM roll a D100 and go through the magic items list.
I mean, it's okay. I do not have that much money because I paid off half of my debt.
There you go.
He's just like, I'm gonna look.
What about you, big guy?
Vorton just looks at the man and shrugs, and then goes back to browsing.
Sorry, he's a little rude.
Damn. He just kind of nods and seems to understand where you guys are coming from. Ooh. Yep, this will be cool. This will actually be super cool. Actually, let me pull this up.
I probably can't afford it. Just putting that out there now.
Well, hold on. So you maybe not. It depends on how much gold do you actually have on you.
63.
Solid.
So much.
It's more than I
Let
have.
me see what I can do for you. Here.
I had more, and then it got half part of
And
that.
then
given
he
to
got taken from you.
got taken, and then it was given to a child, so it's okay.
Woo.
I mean, if you want to borrow some,
God.
Okay, sure.
Everyone's just gonna owe everyone money, and I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
here laughing.
It's okay. One day you'll probably have more than us because you never spend your money that you don't
I
have.
don't have money to spend.
Yes, yes. You'll get money later.
When I
To
do,
be
I'm gonna buy
to-
myself a nice hat.
to
Yes.
be fair, I probably could have very easily sold those 2 books that you got.
Maybe he wants. to.
I'm still learning from the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe Candor and Randolph can exchange books at some point.
Really, they're
You
they're
guys
they're
can
my
have your
books, so
own
he'd
book
have to
club.
ask me.
Hey, he has 2 books of its own that were like spell books.
Candors
No,
or Grandolph?
Randolph. They were of specific types of magic.
Yeah,
Those are
ones Celia
definitely
gave me.
mine.
I mean, they're not in your possession right now, so
Okay. Candor and Vorton, you guys are kind of looking around, just, perusing, and you look at a sword. It's a short sword, and it has this very sort of elegant, very, very, like, thin blade, but still, like, about, like, the size of your forearm, Candor. Kind of like a thinner blade in its width, but exceedingly sharp. Whole thing looks silver. Like, there doesn't even look like to be a leather handle itself. The whole blade itself is just this metal work. And it looks very slim and very easily a finesse weapon from its basic look.
can I pick it up, or is it like behind a counter?
It is behind a counter, but it's like in like a glass casing, but he notices you looking at that and he kind of sighs and walks over. Ah, yes, everyone tries to check this one out. It's, without being insulting to the poor thing, it's not one of my best work.
Yeah, he just like pulls a dagger out of his like, out of like his waist where they're sitting, and he's just like, if it's better than a dagger, I assume that it's better than what I have.
He kind of like breathes in through his teeth, like, technically?
What is it besides a sword?
A companion.
Ah, you have a sentient sword then.
Yes, and the intention and the commission was to make one that helps in battle and actually can alert you when something is trying to sneak up behind you. It is the Sword of Sight. But, the means of how it communicates is not exactly preferred.
Can I touch it and just experience it, or would that be asking too much?
No, listen. If you can, I'll play. How about we play a game? He undoes the casing cover. If you can tolerate this thing, I'll give it to you for half of what I normally would, which would be 50 gold. So you can get this for 50 gold, because I need to make some money off of this, but you'd be doing me a favor.
I will consider it, but I have to experience the handiwork myself.
Go for it. He unlocks the case and opens up the glass.
Okay. I will lift the sword with both hands very carefully.
It's very light. It's lighter than your daggers. This thing, if like to say the old analogy of a blade is an extension of yourself, you almost just, by holding it in your hand, it literally feels like that. And now, Candor, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, here's my question. Are you going to let the voice from the sword speak?
I will.
Go ahead.
I will let it speak, but if it tries to scream at me, I will try to use my, I don't know, force of will to keep it from yelling.
Okay. As you sort of like mentally feel like this presence trying to communicate with you, you let it inside your mind, and you hear, "Bro, how's it going, dude?"
Oh no.
You just, everyone else outside of this mental conversation just sees him close his eyes and just exhale very slowly.
Oh, it's been forever since I've been able to talk to someone before. I mean, besides Gramps, but I mean, like, he's kind of an old fogey, if you know what I mean.
Oh god.
Righteous, dude.
I suppose that you don't want to stay here any longer, do you?
Well, I don't want to be rude and, like, force myself upon someone else's burdens, but, yeah, it'd be really nice to actually stab a dude in the throat. It's kind of what I'm made for.
Well, if you go with me, you are going to have to learn how to speak like a normal person.
I don't entirely follow.
I'm going to teach you basic, like, conversation etiquette and proper English.
Alright, that sounds pretty good. I think it would help me make more friends, or at least have more people who would want to use me in case you die. Which, by the way, you might want to duck.
I will duck.
You immediately, like, an apple goes right over your head and smashes into, like, one of the poles holding up the tent next to the guy. As he kind of, like, jumps a little bit, and you look over to the side, a bag or a whole cart of apples just, like, fell. And clearly somebody, like some kids, were like swinging sticks, and they happened to hit the apple at just the right velocity and sent it going towards you. You're welcome.
Appreciated. Now I need you to help me sell yourself, so I want you to be as annoying as possible right now.
I don't really know how I can do that, but I'll give it a shot.
Keep talking and being obnoxious, and I'm going to pass it to the man trying to sell it, and it's like, I think that 50 gold is too much. This is a very
when you
overpowering
hand the
presence.
sword back to him, he takes it back with like claws in his palms.
I can't do it for 50 gold.
And I'm afraid I can't part with it with anything less than. Again, it's a difficult sword for sure, but the make and the use of the weapon is really what you're paying for.
Yes, and this is why it's still sitting on your shelf, because not many people could put up with that.
No, not many people can. He goes to put the sword back into the casing and lock it up.
It's like, I'm just like, I could do it for perhaps 40 gold.
Roll persuasion check.
Okay. I can hopefully do that. It's not one of the things I'm super proficient in, though. 19.
He stops and kind of like, without looking at you, 45.
42.
Deal. He hands you the sword back.
I will put it on my belt and subtract that gold.
And as you put the sword back onto your hilt and you have contact with it, you hand the gold over. It's like, Sean, this is really happening! Righteous!
And it just, if you don't be quiet, I will break you.
I mean, that's kind of a false threat because I'm kind of made out of like really good metals, but I'll just and you just hear him stop.
Thank you. I will.
That's no problem. Oh, sorry.
I will take. I will take time to talk to you, but not at the moment.
All right, sounds good. I'll zip the lip. You won't even know I'm here.
Um,
I mean, technically you will, because, like, that's kind of the point of, like, why I'm here, but you... Yeah.
it's okay. I've endured worse. I know Serpe DM, that's all that you need to know.
Meanwhile, back in Waterdeep... fuck, Candor's talking bad about me again.
Or is it Bliss? He'll never know.
He'll never know.
Or
Well,
was
he
it
might know.
Bliss? Who knows?
While I was perusing, I just was curious if I saw any small, like, trinkets or rings or anything, or if it was just, like, bigger items.
You do see a handful of different trinkets and whatnot, but you definitely get the idea of the way that they're made. They're going to be way more than 50 gold.
Oh yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just looking.
Yeah, this guy's definitely got a perusing of, like, different magical items and whatnot, so I can roll again on the table if we want.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. That's a big number. Let's see what we get. Okay. He's got different potions of healing. Ooh! That's an interesting one. He has a potion that looks... or an amulet, rather, that has, like, this engraving of, like, a muscle that's flexing. It has, like, a cartoonishly big bicep. He's also...
Muscles, you say?
Yes, muscles.
Vorton, oh, I see a muscle over here.
There is a blank... not a blank, but a rolled up parchment laying down in this little, like, very nice kind of pillow under a glass casing. And also has a ring that looks like a javelin with a lightning bolt as the tip.
Ooh.
And Vorton, for the sake of brevity, I'll say that you also see this.
Okay. Gonna look closer at the muscle ring, or muscle thing.
Okay. Pull that out.
Muscles.
It is
Rotate.
time for big muscles.
Must be strong.
I went too far in the book. Alright. Gonna say... Right, okay. Here we go. You see... here we go. As you kind of, like, point at the amulet with, like, the muscle on it, he walks over and says, it's an, amulet of super strength. Above game, basically, once a day, you can use this, and you can use the magic of this amulet. It lasts for 1 hour, and we're gonna say, yeah, it increases your strength by 3. And I'm talking your base strength.
Well.
Well.
Yeah, we'll say
Wow.
that you can use it as a reaction to temporarily for that hour, once a day, increase your base strength by 3. So ergo, if you had a 20, you'd now have a 23.
Okay.
And all of the bonuses that come with that.
Nice.
Okay, how much is it?
Given that it is uncommon, and the reaction kind of makes it a little... It's going to be 400 gold.
Orton looks at it, nods.
Can I be? Am I seeing all this stuff? I'm assuming I'm done with my stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming that anything I'm, like, kind of laying out for you guys is pretty much... everyone can see it if they want.
Okay, I'm going to be noting the location of these items currently in my little book.
I mean,
I can
it's
be a
good
little
to-
hoarder.
I mean, yes.
Let me roll here. Of course you want. Of course you side with the players RNG collective. Most of the items that are in these cases and are there, you can identify very easily just by the design and how quickly you've been sifting through this book. You've been reading this book pretty religiously, so I'm gonna say add this as a feat. If you ever run into a magical item of anything of common or uncommon, you can immediately identify it with that book. If it's higher, I'm gonna roll a D100 and we'll see if you can identify it. Because at this point, this is a regular thing for your character. So I'm just making that a feat for you.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a book, so.
Listen, knowledge is power, y'all.
I mean, yeah.
That it is.
Is Vorton going to pursue this item? I'm trying to give you a chance, because if not, I will do something.
It's worth 400.
Not currently.
Hey.
Vorton doesn't have enough gold for it, so.
Okay. I just want to, as I'm looking, I'm gonna just ask about, oh, well, what are all of these rings here? Do they have any sort of, what do these do specifically? I'm curious for possibly coming back later if still have them.
No, they do different trinkets and bobs. Some create shields of elementals. Well, elemental shields, rather. Be careful with how I phrase that. Some
Yes.
will help let you teleport short distances as a sort of reactionary event. Sort of like what happened with the apple. Maybe if you saw it coming, you could just poof into a whole new location. And
It's a Misty Step ring.
not so much
Of
misty step,
sorts.
but of the sorts, yes. Different flavor, same concept. And he continues to kind of go over each ring, which I will make up as we go along.
I mean, you don't have to go over each one of them.
No, he is doing it on his own, off
Okay.
camera.
Cool.
Are there any books here? Or scrolls, spells, anything?
There was one rolled up parchment that you would be able to very easily recognize as a spell scroll, but he hasn't pointed it out or told you what spell yet.
Okay. When I was walking around earlier, did I see any stores that did have books or scrolls or anything?
It's Silvery Moon, so there's a shit ton of different shops with a shit ton of different spells and preferences of. Really, the best part about the city is if you're looking for a specific school of magic, there's a shop for it.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for abjuration.
Okay. I'm gonna say if you're looking for any specific kind of spell, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna
Yes.
get you. Okay. What spell are you looking for?
I will send it to you over Discord.
Okie doke.
Everyone's being sneaky.
Ooh.
Is
Okay.
this the
Okay.
one I know about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me. Let me ask this: do you know what level that spell is?
3.
Okay, and it can be casted at higher levels, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's just a third level instant cast spell. Okay.
Yeah.
You definitely know that given Faerun's current history, there are definitely spell scrolls that have that ability. They are pricey.
Is there going to be any books that contain that?
Very likely, but as well, the books would actually be pricier than just paying for a spell scroll, because the books would contain multiple different uses of magic.
Okay.
So, I think maybe, a remove curse spell is, 100 gold, and, a book of spells is, 5.
Okay.
makes things difficult.
I
Are you trying to get rid of my new favorite character in this game already? How dare you?
No, what? We're all good.
Is she trying to hurt Shadow Man?
Who the fuck's
No.
Shadow Man? I was talking about this guy.
Okay.
No. Um,
No, let Kandor suffer with his new friend.
She doesn't know about it.
Nope.
okay, I will still proceed to the store that contains that item, or a spell scroll with that item, with that spell.
Okay. Give me a second. You know what? It's fucking Silvering Moon. It is just... It's the Abjuration... It's the Abjuration Association. That's the fucking shop.
Abjuration Association.
Sounds fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I love whoever put on chat said, it's the shopping episode, part 2. It's like, yeah, I know.
That's great. I'm not the only one shopping, though. Gosh.
No,
Sorry.
but I just... Fine.
we all like gearing up. Okay.
The best part is you guys don't even have a quest yet to gear up for. You're just
We're
grabbing
already
shit.
weird heroes.
We do have a quest to gear up for, excusez-moi. Okay, so I will proceed to the store, Abjuration Association, which isn't at all a mouthful.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
it's a great store.
It probably just has like ABJ and then ASS period on the front of the shop. It's fine.
Abjurass.
It's adjective ass.
It's even great. I think they literally, like, with this shop, they literally just have, I like the idea that they have ABJ as, like, they don't even have a sign, it's just in big, like, wooden painted letters ABJ. It's like, because that's just what, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to ABJ. Like, that's just what the store's called.
Is it ABJ space ASS?
It should be.
You gotta get the association in there.
It's ASSC.
That's
Damn
not
it.
fun.
Okay,
I mean, if you think
I
about it, it now says ABJ ask.
oh no. Okay, so I'll go into the, Abjuration Association store.
Mm-hmm.
I will kind of peruse the bookshelves and stuff like that. I'm assuming I probably find some scrolls and stuff, or what am I seeing?
No, it's very easy to find some different common use spell scrolls, like Prestidigitation for helping clean up major messes. You get the idea that you don't really see anything of major destruction. It's more utility-focused spells, and anything that would be higher priced or be a little bit more, destructive of any kind, or at least offensive. You always notice that there's like a signs on different like posters and walls saying, wanting something more specific, ask the counter. But you easily would find a remove cursed spell scroll because it's a very utility focused thing.
Okay, I guess I will point out the scroll, and is there, I guess I'll ask if there's any books that contain this spell in it as well.
Oh yeah, I think a female human kind of walks up. She sort of like nods and says, "Yes, there's a couple of different parchments and books that we have that would contain this spell. If you're looking for just that one specifically, I can just sell you the scroll itself. It would just be a one-time use item."
See, I'm looking at it specifically as a gift for a friend, and I would like him to kind of learn a little bit more about it. So I think maybe a book might be more prudent, but I'm not 100%. I'm kind of looking for prices.
Well, it depends on how many spells you're wanting in the simple assortment. For just basic use utility, I could get you a spell book with 200 worth of gold for the spells within it. Beyond that, you would have to take care of any material components yourself. But those books would allow for someone to simply copy the spell and the incantations very easily into their own book. Say if your friend is a wizard, I'm going off the assumption since you're focused more on the book than the use of the one time.
Okay. Out of game, there is a chance of it failing on a scroll, correct? I read that.
I have never used that rule, so I'm gonna say that unless the spell itself is, like, very powerful and sporadic, like a wish spell, I would say no. Like, if it's a curse spell scroll, it just does what it does, and then it's done.
Okay, sick. Okay, because I was concerned about that specifically.
Okay, if that is a rule, it's something I, and in none of the games I've ever played, have ever looked at, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. 1 second here. Who the fuck am I looking for?
Oh, okay, I see the part that I copied it and pasted it into chat.
Okay, 1 second.
So yeah, per the PHB, if it is a spell scroll, it has the caster must succeed on an Intelligence Arcana check with DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. And if you fail, the scroll is destroyed.
Oh, yep.
I've never done it, so...
I'm gonna say, like, I feel like I get the balance of that, but I feel like the fact that the scroll is a one-time use thing, and the fact that to make a spell scroll one-time use for anybody is such a fucking hassle anyway, so we're just gonna ignore that rule.
That's cool.
Can I also look to see if there's any scrolls of, scrolls of Dispel Magic?
Ooh, let me roll, because that one's...
Doesn't he have Dispel Magic?
There, you don't see any, and when you ask the woman, she says, unfortunately, we can make spell scrolls like that, but they are a bit pricey.
Okay. And sorry, how much did you say the remove curse spell scroll is?
Well, the remove curse scroll, we usually go for like 100 gold, but depending on the dire of the situation, this is actually one of our more popular items. We're willing to haggle a little bit for it. It's rather necessary at times.
Let me see here, and I'll kind of go through my pockets a little bit, and I'll go. Unfortunately, I think I only have around 55 gold.
Oh, what are you wanting to use the scroll for? Is there any specific reason?
Oh, like I mentioned before, it's a gift for a friend.
Let me... They kind of like start pondering it for a minute. Do you have anything worth trading for? I could see myself parting with the scroll for something in return with the 50.
Yeah, blood. We got displaced with beast blood.
I pull out two vials of displacer beast blood, and I'll go. I have these if you'd at all be interested in them.
All right, she's gonna look at those and kind of play around with them. Do.
And to be clear, I only pulled out two.
Yeah.
Of the vials. Yeah.
Reading what it actually does. Okay. They kind of ponder it with the blood, and they sort of like nod and say, "How many of these do you have?"
Just those two, unfortunately.
If you had a couple more of these, I could very confidently trade you. I would say maybe if you had just two more, I could very comfortably sell you that curse scroll for 50 gold.
For 50?
Yes, you basically would be handing me enough to where it would be the equivalent of 50, it'd be 48 gold worth of each blood, and I could just simply pot away with the other 2 gold and just let you have that for 50. But
Okay.
I need 2 more vials of this blood.
Okay. I will be back. One of my party members has some more vials. And I'll kind of just reach my hand out to take the vials from her.
All right, she hands them back, and then she kind of smiles. I'll get the scroll ready for you upon your delivery. If you don't come back by the end of the day, I'll simply put it back and sell it to someone else.
That sounds good. We were just looking at other stores, so they shouldn't be far away.
I understand. It's Silvery Moon. There's almost too many choices. But I thank you for coming to, for us. We are one of the best places for abjuration magic, so please come by the ABJ anytime.
Okay, I will nod and smile. And
why don't you roll an insight check really quick to keep this joke going?
Yeah.
You notice she is completely unaware of what people might be making fun of when it comes to that acronym.
Oh, okay.
She says it with such a straight face.
That's what happens when you work at, like, the Starbucks of abjuration magic.
Yeah.
We're gonna, I'm gonna head out, and, so there's lots of other stores here, hey? Like bookstores and stuff. So, is there anything that sells, like, oddities?
What kind of oddities when you say oddities?
Maps of interesting places.
Oh, if you're looking for maps, that's like a couple silver at best. Like, that's not... There are cartographers everywhere. You could easily...
No, I am looking to sell a map.
Ah. I would say... Roll me a intelligence check. And add your proficiency bonus.
How the fuck do I do that?
Roll the intelligence and then just add what your proficiency bonus is. Like, after you see what it
Just
rolls.
3. Yeah. It's just 3.
Okay, 19. You know that you could sell this map to somebody on the surface, but if you could make an underground connection, that map could be money.
What do you... Okay, like...
Like, you could sell it to a museum, or you could sell it to a treasure hunter.
Okay. How much am I thinking of a difference?
You don't know entirely, but you know from, like, your roots of, like, your family having, like, connections and not living in squalor by any means.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely know that a museum would push you to give it as, like, a donation or for a really minimal, like, maybe 100, 200 gold, whereas you could probably get someone to either pay bigger money and take the map off you, or make some deals with you to help find the items and splitting whatever the map shows you.
Okay.
I mean, you could outsource some shit.
Okay. I guess I'll hang on to that one for now. Otherwise, I'll basically walk down the street for a little bit, give it a couple minutes, and then walk back into the store.
All right. Do you hand her the other 2 vials of blood?
Yes.
And you hand her the 50 gold, and she happily gives you the remove curse spell.
Okay. I still have 1 vial of blood left.
All right. That means you have basically 12 gold in your pocket.
Yep. Okay. Well, I mean, I still have 9 gold because I've been cheap.
You've been
Okay.
haggling, and I do like haggling. I like the idea that you guys are using the parts that you painstakingly chopped up to get.
Oh, well, yeah. No, it makes more sense because then we can use it for, like, magic shit.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll make my way back to Kandor and Vorton, who I'm assuming are still at the store.
I mean, is he still listing off all of the rings that he has?
This is what I'm gonna say because Candor, you want to do a thing. So when Solo
I
went off
do.
to do her own thing, in the meantime, Candor, what do you want to do, buddy?
I want him to let me just like look at some of the rings and see like the detailing on them.
You notice that every time he pulls a ring out, he very quickly locks the casing back up.
You little shit.
Hey, you didn't know.
So like,
I know I don't, but I can also assume.
Yeah.
you get the idea that like he's very used to this kind of work. So he doesn't give much of an opportunity for anyone to stick their hand in the casing while he's like grabbing them out to show you.
But does he lock it every time?
He locks it every time.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna roleplay this out for you.
Okay.
I would like to see the one with the elemental shielding. And as he starts to pick it up, and we're like, and that one over there that's like the teleporting one. And as he starts to pick it up, I'm gonna ask for another one.
Alright, I want you to roll me a deception check.
Okay.
7.
I'm just looking at what he has to offer.
I know, just roll a deception check. You might be very happy with what happens.
18.
He's an old guy.
Yeah, you're kind of overwhelming him with your constant like barrage of like this ring, this ring, this ring. So there's just a brief moment where the door is not immediately shut. As he's like sort of like trying to like he kind of freezes as he's like kind of reaching for one ring, then you stop him and like reach for another, and he's just holding the door open.
Okay, you know what I want him to do?
I know.
And I want him to go after the lightning bolt ring.
Since it's invisible, I want you to roll a sleight of hand with advantage. 17. Do you want me to say what exactly is happening?
Yeah, you can tell
Your
everybody now.
invisible servant plucks the lightning ring out of its holster and encloses its fist around the ring, thus covering it and making the ring effectively invisible.
Okay, I'm gonna sit there and continue to talk to him and look at all the rings that he has pulled out, and I'll be like, well, you know, these are lovely. I will have to come back because that sword purchase really drained my funds for the day.
Oh no, that's understandable. If you have any friends who are interested, by all means, come by and I'm gonna let him roll.
I don't care. Just go to bed.
17 perception. As he's about to close the gate, he notices one of the rings is gone. And he immediately is looking at you with very closed, like, peering eyes.
I'm just going to look at him innocently. It's like, what's wrong?
He closes the case and locks it, and he pulls out a horn from his satchel that was over his shoulder, and he says, "We can do this one of two ways, kid."
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I have been standing here the whole time, sir.
You took one of my rings, and I'm certain you did it with some kind of magic.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
So you don't mind if I blow into this?
Blow into a horn. Do I recognize what the horn is at all?
You do not.
Okay.
It looks
As
like
he's
it
doing
looks like a
this-
very simple like it almost looks like one of those horns that like people stick in their ears to hear you better.
I will have the unseen servant walk into a place where he can't see, pass the ring to Tempest, and I will send Tempest flying back to the bar.
Okay, I like that.
In this time, and I'll be like, by all means, I haven't done anything.
He
I
blows
purchased
into
one
the
of your
horn,
items.
cutting you off. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 15.
Okay. It rattles and shakes the inside of your head as you just hear this loud, almost like multiple war horns going off. Your invisible servant starts to sort of like shimmer in and out of existence, and you hear, "Oh God, I really hate when he does this. Oh, this always hurts."
Will you please stop, sir? Your sword is yelling in my ears, and I do not particularly like it, and I may ask for a refund.
He stops blowing in, and your servant does not dissipate, and the sword finally goes, "Okay, I'm better. Guess I'll go back to just being quiet again."
Thank you.
Well, my apologies. He looks very nervous and concerned. I guess I misplaced it.
I'm very sorry. Can I do anything to help you?
If you happen to see a lightning speared ring, please let me know. Maybe I just dropped it somewhere. And he starts like, I'm gonna have to close up shop. I'm sorry if you wanted to look around a little bit more. And he starts like folding in the legs of these carts and moving them into his tent as he's very desperately looking for that ring.
As he does, I'm going to like hand him 10 gold. It's like, look, I'm sorry for trying to pay less for the sword, and I'll give him, the 10 gold. And I'm like, I hope that you find your purchase or your merchandise. Your purchase.
He looks at the gold and he looks at you and he looks very hesitant to take it, but he does take it. And I'm not gonna make you roll an insight check. He just lost a very expensive ring. He kind of just feels like, okay, if I can take this gold, maybe I'll feel better about losing this really fucking expensive ring later.
I mean, yeah, that would be best.
So he takes the gold and you walk off.
Yep.
Very well played.
What a rude shit.
What a rude shit.
But you notice how he is, like, so good at just playing so smooth.
Well, it was very good that you got a 15 on that con save. Otherwise, and see, here's the thing. I wasn't expecting you to use Tempest. Very clever on that. Because otherwise, the invisible, if you had failed, the invisible servant would have just dropped, and the ring would have just like plummeted to the ground.
Yeah, I figured as soon as he's like, we can do this the hard way, he's like, I know what's happening. Something's gonna happen.
All right. Let me go ahead and grab the information. I will let you write down what that fucking ring does. Very
and
well played.
You'll have to give me the sword information too.
Yes, the sword is 100% my creation, so I will come up with like the exact wording at the before tonight. But
does it possibly do this?
Lightning? Maybe no. I'm trying to give you guys really cool things that work for like what you do, and I'm having a hard time with the Dungeon Master's book not making sense with its alphabetical order again.
Now we fall into robbing old people. I mean, we robbed rich people. We're robbing anybody we can.
Man, you guys.
The rich people deserved it. That guy didn't deserve it.
No, that guy.
Trying to make a living.
Here it is. Okay.
You haven't met the sword yet.
And I won't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want the sword. I'll murder it if it starts talking in my ear like that.
I mean, again.
Alright, this is what we're gonna do, because I can make this really dumb. I'm gonna make. Alright. Highs or lows? Let me ask you guys that.
Everybody or just me?
I'll just make it you, since you went ahead and stole the ring. You went put the effort in.
Highs.
Alright. If it's highs, I let you name it. If it's lows, I get to name it.
Okay.
You know what? That's not fair. It popped out of the dice tray. It landed on lows, but I don't think that's fair to you, so we're gonna do that again. Alright, 83. You get to name what the ring is called, but I'll tell you what it does.
Oh.
Or rather, you get to name the command word.
Okay.
Basically,
Pew pew.
yeah, as a bonus action, you can basically cast. Let's see here. How does it word it? When you hurl it, each creature. Okay, when you, excuse me, as a bonus action, you can speak this this lightning rings command word, and the enemy in front of you has to make a DC 13 dexterity save or take 46 lightning damage, or half as much. Actually, no. This is how we're gonna make this balance. It's either they make it or they dodge it. So if they make the save, they dodge it. If they don't make the save, 46 lightning. You can only use that once a day.
That's cool.
What is the command word?
I will decide later.
All right. To let you all know what I was gonna do, I was gonna make it Shazam.
That's fair.
Of course.
Amazing.
I just picture like Candor flipping someone off with a ring and going Shazam.
No, that's bliss. That is bliss.
That is bliss.
I feel that.
It literally does the max damage my lightning bolt can do.
No, your lightning bolt does 8d6.
Yeah, so the
He
max
said-
it can do
he
is
said-
48.
No, he said 4d6.
Oh, I thought he said 48.
No,
damage.
no, 4d6.
I was
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Jesus Christ.
This
Okay.
is the best ring. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
like, you let her steal that?
Well, I mean, that's also why I nerfed it, because technically speaking, it's based off the lightning javelin. If they failed, or if they succeeded the roll, they would have just gotten half damage. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna make this a little bit more basic. If they succeed, it's a dodge. If they don't, it's damage.
It's just a very
Fair.
powerful, like, cantrip, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
Because cantrips are like, if you fail, you don't take any damage.
Yep. But the damage you get and the fact that it's just a simple bonus action, I think
Yeah.
balances
Oh,
it out pretty
definitely.
well.
Definitely. That's okay.
I'm
You'll just
looking.
have
I'm
to
looking forward to
sit
what your
back later.
command word is.
You'll have to send that and the sword stuff to me later, and I will put it in.
Yeah, I'll type it up after I get like some water and stuff after the session. We've got another. Well, we can go for a little. Like, I'm good to go for another 30 minutes at least, so we can go as far as you guys want since this is my night off. But anyway, what do you guys? Vorton, did you want to do anything? Did you want to? Are you just gonna be a good boy and not steal things? We can't hear you, buddy. You're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, Vorton doesn't steal.
Okay.
What a good, genuine man.
What a boy. What a dude.
That's fine.
Vorton's gonna look at the shop and... Do I hear the horn, or does that affect me at all, or...
Ooh, that's a great question. Hey, Vorton, make a con save for me.
Uh-oh.
Look at what you've done to yourself.
I've done things.
Technically speaking, you are magic.
Oh no.
You're fine.
Your body vibrate. It feels like
Does he make a rattling noise?
he does make a rattling noise. Actually, as your body just uncontrollably vibrates, you feel very uncomfortable.
Okay.
But when the horn finally stops, like everything's okay.
What an interesting item.
That is an interesting horn.
Feel that too.
Yeah, at this rate.
What's he gonna do? Use the horn? Oh wait.
Fuck you! I have dispel magic. Yeah. Well, how about you dispel fist? Oh no!
Just fucking beat this old guy to death. It's
Our
terrible.
heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Don't worry.
No,
Uh,
I'm not beating up an old man.
Listen, as much as I like
Just
make the,
robbing from
as much as I make the big size and whatnot, this is your guys' game. You can do what you want. Just keep in mind, if you actually beat up an old man, the guard are coming after you real hard, and you will officially be kicked out of 2 cities in Faerun.
Yay!
Hey, only 2 of us technically were kicked out of 1.
That's
Only-
true.
And
That's
we'll
true.
see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you guys go? Do you head back to the tavern?
Might as well.
I will, because that's where the ring is going.
Am I seeing them leaving at this point?
Yeah, I think you guys like meet up as they're walking away from the car. You do see the old man. He's just like closing up shop. He looks fucking distraught.
How suspicious is my fucking companion looking?
I don't know, Candor. You have a big fucking smile on your face.
No, he is very well composed. He does this often, you guys.
Can I insight check him?
He's
Yeah,
not bliss.
I'm gonna say yeah. You can insight and
Nope.
Candor. You
Everything looks fucking normal.
with a natural 1.
Yeah.
Maybe the old man. Man, you don't know how old people work.
Yeah. No, jeez. It's kind of, it's kind of early to be closing up shop, but I guess if you're old, you kind of need your naps and stuff. It seems normal. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just follow him back.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this. Bliss and Grandolph, did you guys want to have a scene or a moment together while all of this is going down? Because you both have been very patient while all this shopping's going on.
Depends what Bliss does, because I'm the babysitter
Bliss
here.
is drunk.
Yeah!
I just had like one drink during that time.
Bliss
I'm like
has
keeping
been
an eye out.
pressuring Grandolph to drink more.
And he does not. That is not how Grandolph do.
Alright, I'm gonna say while that's been going on, the group gets back together as you guys are back at the tavern. Oh, you know what? No, I do know how I want to handle this. Bliss and Grandolph, you guys notice that a woman just bursts into the tavern. A halfling woman. She looks very distraught. Like, she is sweating, and she just looks a mess. As she runs up to, like, the table and immediately starts, like, trying to get the tavern keeper's attention. Like, Thicket, come here. What the hell? And he walks over. Do you guys want to listen in?
Listen. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Percepcione.
Well, since
Like,
Bliss is drunk, I think she would have disadvantage.
You get out of here. I have.
Here's the fun thing. No, so here's the fun thing.
I'm gonna reroll that with my luck dice.
That's fine, because here's something
used
else,
all your
Bliss.
luck.
Here's something else before you do, Bliss. You realize that something's going on. You're like, I'm too drunk for this. And as you say that, you hear like the pinging of a coin.
Okay.
Do you grab the coin that you were given?
I mean, I assume she's just been playing with it this whole time.
You feel this weird innate need to flip it.
I flip the coin.
You flip the coin and it lands to be on the one dwarf's head as they're, again, like the engraving on this looks like the dwarf sticking their tongue out while looking fucking crazy. And all of a sudden, you hear everything that they're saying.
Oh.
Must be nice.
But when you blink, the coin is gone.
Oh.
Oh.
And in the back of your mind, you hear, don't worry, it just needs time to recharge.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, now that I actually have a chance to tell you, it is called the Drunkard's Coin. This is what I want you to put in the description. Once a day, you can cheat.
Ha. Okay.
That is the literal description I'm letting you have for this coin.
Coin. Do I have to be drunk to use the drunkard's coin?
Yes.
Must be.
Shouldn't have asked.
You must be drunk. And the drunker you are, the better you can cheat. That's what we're gonna go with this mechanic.
I like
That's
it.
fun.
Once a day I can cheat, I have to be drunk.
Now, are we talking the extent of cheating as in, like, she gets blackout drunk and just completes a quest without anyone doing anything type deal?
Yes.
So let me I'll elaborate on this. Like, technically speaking, it's it's the unspoken on DM's discrepancy. What I'm thinking with I couldn't say words.
We're all good.
My idea of it is, it's like, if Bliss fucks up on something she's trying to do, and you guys desperately need her to not, and she's drunk, she can toss instead of having to spend a luck point, she can just automatically win with that coin. But that's the caveat. I like what you put there. You have to be really fucking drunk to make it work.
You could be really, really, really good at poker.
Just means that we gotta get into more bar shenanigans.
Listen, you have... So above game, you have what my personally created gods of luck and games on your side now. You played really fucking well, Bliss. Like,
I
I was
have
not
anime
going...
on my side.
No, you have the god of beer in anime, or
No.
yeah.
You have
Beer and
God and alcohol on your side.
I have the power of God and alcohol. My fine. As you just start screaming drunkenly. Perfect. Okay, so with that, Grandolph, you hear a good portion of this, but Bliss, you specifically hear. What the hell's going on? They're gone. They're all gone. What the hell do you mean? And he's like trying to like kind of wave people off. What do you mean they're all gone? Every one of them that you hired us to go check out that mansion, all gone. I'm the only one left. All right. Come here. And like he actually like picks her up from like the back of her shirt and like walks her into the back of like the kitchen area.
Can I sneak over and continue listening?
Roll the stealth check for me. You are still drunk, so do it with disadvantage.
Fuck.
This is how 19.
Very nice.
I am.
In the back, I just hear echo. The DM hears in his own mind. You really shouldn't have let us out, mate. Yeah, you like. It's weird, Bliss. Like, you, like, fall over like a cartoon, like, drunk flump, and, like, somehow you just literally snake your way over without anyone noticing. It's like you're so drunk and embarrassing, everyone just instinctively tries looking away from you without realizing it. Grandolph, roll to see if you can see her do this.
I'm
Oh,
sure he
God.
saw it.
Wow, what do I roll?
Perception.
Alright.
No. Grandolph, for 1 second, Bliss is there, 1 second, she's gone.
What have you done?
I'm gonna like try to look around for her, I guess.
You are babysitting me and you have failed.
Andor's gonna be mad.
You don't see her, unfortunately. Although, I'm gonna say roll an intelligence check with advantage. And add your proficiency as well. Because Grandolph's a smart man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
And I have 3 proficiency.
You
Yeah.
figure out pretty fucking quick she snuck in to see what's going on.
I will attempt to follow.
Are you gonna be stealthy about it?
1 second, let's see my spells here.
You can either be stealthy or nonchalant about it. Ergo, one will take dexterity, one will take charisma.
I'm better at dexterity than charisma.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealth.
Wow.
That's not bad.
For a wizard.
For
Don't worry,
a
if I fail,
wizard.
that's gonna cast invisibility on myself.
No, 15 is fine. Like that works. You're not nearly as impressively covert as Bliss, but you do sneak back there when no one's looking.
Sweet.
All right, just tell me what happened. Okay. So we went and we were checking out that mansion that you were talking about. That what just seems to pop in and out of existence. We all just started disappearing out of nowhere, and then we would pop back up again, and we'd be acting kind of strange, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. Thicket, I just left. They just all stayed behind. I don't know where they went to. I was just gone by that point. And he seems to kind of like be nodding at this. Okay. Just go clean yourself up. You can use the washroom in the back there. It's like, thank you. And both of you see as like this halfling kind of walks back there, you watch him pull out a dagger from behind his back.
He gonna kill a bitch.
You mean her?
No. Thicket pulls a dagger behind his
Oh.
back.
Like
and
you said, the
is-
halfling.
And and is approaching the halfling while she goes to like this little back washroom.
Oh.
Do either of you two do anything?
Where are we in relation to each other?
I'm gonna say that, like, you're both, like, ducked behind the bar table, poking your heads, like, kind of leaning out, like, behind the wall. So, like, you're behind the table from everyone else's perspective, but you're also behind the walls, kind of peeking over the sides as you're crouched down.
So I can see Grandolph.
I'm gonna say that you two can see each other from you're gonna see you two can see each other very easily.
Bliss just kind of turns to Grandolph and makes a face.
A face.
A face. And shrugs.
I mean,
Moral
Randolph's not really gonna do anything. Because I'm just gonna post this. Something people might not know about Grandolph is he's chaotic.
If she dies, she dies.
I'm here to learn.
I mean, we're a chaotic party. It's okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch this happen.
Okay, as Thicket gets closer, he says, "Hey, Bramble, what's my real name?" And the halfling pauses and tries to turn to go, "Oh, come on, dude. We don't use real names." And the minute she turns around, Thicket just knifes her right up her, like, right under her jaw through her head.
Wow.
And
Cool.
she tries desperately to, like, with what little brain function she has, to, like, claw and grab at Thicket, who just picks her up and throws her against the wall, actually back where you guys are. And you see this being just sort of, like mold and kind of, like, convulse as you now see a doppelganger dead on the floor.
Fucking doppelgangers, man.
Ooh. Gross.
We both know what doppelgangers are, right?
Doppelgangers, especially in this version of Faerun, are a very well-known threat.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Neat. I continue to observe.
Okay, I'm gonna say both of you, do you continue to stay hidden?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes?
I'm gonna
Is that even a question?
I'm gonna say
No, we get up and go, okay, see you later, Thicket.
We totally did just see you commit a murder. Bye!
We won't tell anyone. See you later.
Alright, Bliss, I'm gonna say that because you're with Grandolph, roll advantage with stealth. Because where he threw the doppelganger, he's technically looking in your guys' direction.
Cool. With advantage?
With advantage, because I'm gonna say that, like, between the two of you, you're both kind of, like, grabbing each other and pulling each other, like, away from his sight.
Ew.
24!
Don't you me.
Ew, Grandolph is gross.
Bliss,
He's a handsome elf, actually.
Yeah, whatever.
Bliss, you sort
telling
of, like,
yourself that.
instinctively kind of, like, jump back and kind of, like, headbutt Grandolph, like, to, like, hide a little further behind the wall. As you guys just hear him kind of, like, hit the thumping of his feet as he picks up the doppelganger and says something like, "Well, I might be making that cloak for free now."
Ew.
What do you guys do?
Wait till he leaves to leave?
I'm gonna say with your stealth roll, Bliss, you, after a couple minutes of, like, body expulsion, he is coming back to the front of the tavern. Like, where you guys are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we GTFO. Or at least Bliss does. I don't know about Grandolph. He can do his own
I want to
thing.
say that,
Sure.
Grandolph, you probably, like, follow suit.
Yep.
Okay, you guys go back to your table rather quickly with ease, as he pops back out and just goes back to serving drinks and food. And after a couple minutes of, like, not doing anything, he kind of looks at you two and he kind of, like, gives you, Bliss, a very knowing nod, like, "I need to talk to you."
Oh God,
Bliss
you are a witness.
finishes her drink and wanders over to the bar.
Grandolph,
And-
what do you
and-
do?
I'm gonna like casually walk over to
Okay.
like listen.
Let's just rest her elbows on the bar and then rest her like head in her hands and just grins like a cat.
If it makes you feel better, that's literally how I picture her all the time.
Yeah.
She's just doing the
yeah.
Cheshire cat grin every time she's
Piece of
not
shit.
frowning. He looks at you, Bliss, and he says, "So, any chance your group are the for hire kind of adventurers?"
We might be.
Need you to do me a favor, and by favor, I mean I'll make your friend's cloak and do you a couple of other favors in the future if you can take care of something for me.
She thinks about it for a minute. What kind of favor?
You get materials, I build shit. Because what I'm wanting you to do should pay off any kind of cost that you would need to spend me for a while.
She just kind of looks over at Grandolph.
Seems like a good deal to me.
Making deals without the rest of your party.
Yep.
Mention it to the rest of your friends, because God knows I don't need any more drama in my life. But I've got a bit of a doppelganger problem I'd like to get sorted out.
You don't say. And she just stands back up and goes, well, I guess I could ask Candor what he thinks.
Yep. Just, let me know what you guys say and we can work out the details. If it's gonna be a little enticing, anything you find in there, you can take as much as your pockets can carry.
Oh, quite a lot.
Actually, you might be doing me a favor if you can bring most of it back here without me having to go back and get it. Well, then we're gonna have an even better time.
I think we can work something out. And then she just gently places her empty cup on the bar. Slowly pushes it towards him.
He rolls his eyes but kind of smiles as he gets you more alcohol.
Yes!
Bliss, I need you to make a con save with disadvantage.
This has been sold. You know, she's like, I get booze, that's all I need.
You pass out.
I
Your body literally has been consuming alcohol at an inhuman and in tiefling amount. So you chug this down, and it's just like, and then you know what? No, I know the best example. It's literally the speed and ferocity of like when Cusco just passes out after eating the food. Just, that was good. Bam!
Perfect.
You are very bad at babysitting, Greta.
I just said I'd watch her. I'd watch her.
Yeah, he's not babysitting, he's baby observing. Oh, God. All right. I think by this point, Grandolph, what do you want to do? I want to give you a chance to do something now that you just saw one of your allies. I resort to not wanting to say friends anymore. I don't want to put that on you all.
Yeah, they're not quite there. They're not quite friend material.
He referred to Candor as his friend earlier, because Candor had the key he needed.
There you go.
Exactly. They're friends when I need them for things.
I'm pretty sure that's how we all operate.
Friends with benefits, but not those ones.
Yo.
Wow.
You could have just said business friends. You
Yeah.
could have just said business friend.
No.
Gotta make it sexual.
Yup.
Well, there goes. Let me re-put that 18 plus on my stream again.
Dude, just leave it on there.
So I guess I'm gonna like. Would you say there's like a booth table that I could just like lay her down in?
Oh yeah, I think you guys have been like sitting at like a booth table for like some time
Yeah, I'll just
now.
like plunk her over there.
Is she just on? You just let her lay sprawled on the table or in the seat?
In the seat.
They-
We're civilized.
Yeah.
Barely.
Civilized. Air quotes.
All right, and the rest of your party arrives, and you guys immediately either have one of two reactions. You either A, where's Bliss, and oh, there she is.
I'm just going to look at Grandolph as Tempest hopefully finds me, and I'm just like, you were supposed to, like, make sure this didn't happen.
No, I just said I'd watch her. I watched her drink.
I am going, if Tempest is there, I'm going to take the ring from Tempest.
Tempest kind of jumps down from the rafters, like giving you like a meow signal as they jump into your arms, and... Hold on, I want to see if I want to be this much of a... Yay, I do! He hacks...
Oh my God.
They hack it up in a hairball!
I'm going to throw it at Grandolph.
At the same time Candor is doing this, I am also whapping Grandolph upside the head with the scroll.
I need you both to make strength checks to hit.
Oh.
And we'll
Wait.
see if
Help him.
natural one.
Oh.
God.
All right, Grandolph. Neither of them beat your AC. I'm assuming.
Not even close.
What do you do in
Well.
reaction?
So I'm getting hit with a scroll and
And a cat and a fur ball with a magical ring coughed up in it.
But he doesn't know
there's
that.
a ring in there.
Yeah, it would have actually. If the ring had hit you, I would have made it do 2 damage because that's velocity. But
Wait,
it
did she throw the ring or the cat?
The ring.
Yeah, definitely the cat.
This cat's empty. Yeet.
I'm so confused.
It was
You have a hairball with a magical ring lodged into it and a scroll being thrown/hit on you.
I'm just gonna straight up grab both of them and like
Oh, that's nasty.
misty step away.
Okay.
Just poof.
I-
You
And it leaves like a puff of like blue smoke. Cause,
all
like,
right, where do you pop up again?
Yeah, 'cause it has to be someone
Behind
who
them.
can see.
All right,
Um,
you guys hear like the cling as like the ring gets dislodged from the hairball as it hits the table and goes flying. You know what? I have a question for you, Bliss. Does
Hi,
Bliss sleep
Bliss.
with her mouth open?
She snores. She snores
so yes.
really loudly.
The ring lands in her mouth with a 20 on a D100.
Oh,
Did it-
no.
Wait. Is the hairball still attached?
No.
No,
That's
it's just the ring, but the ring probably has goop on it.
It's fine. She's asleep for this.
Oh,
You
Do I
just you
see
just
it
have a ring in your mouth. This is
But-
why I love D&D.
Do I swallow it?
I'm gonna
Uh,
need you to make a con save actually because you're about to choke on it.
Uh-oh. Do I have advantage?
No,
Or
you're
disadvantage?
passed
passed
out. If anything, I should make you
normal?
roll with disadvantage, but I'm not.
Okay. Checking.
Oh.
I don't know what this says about Bliss, but she does not choke on the ring.
no gag
do I see it happen?
Everyone in your party sees this happen.
I will go over and just like gingerly pull it out of her mouth. It's like, hey, you don't want the thing that I got for you. Cool, I'll keep it and put it in my pocket.
Oh God. Well, what about with the scroll? Since you try to hit it with the scroll, but you miss. What do you do with the scroll, Sola?
No, I thought I said I grabbed the things, and then I. poofed.
No, I'm gonna say if you were misty stepping, you wouldn't. You'd have to make a dex check, and I'm like,
Ah,
no,
okay,
you're just
gotcha.
misty stepping out of the
Okay, yeah, I'll just go to the-
trajectory.
I'm just gonna. You didn't go far, did you?
Literally
Yeah,
right
right-
behind
I'm
you.
behind you guys now.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you a mean kind of look for a second, and then I'm just gonna pass you this, the scroll.
All right.
And I'll just be like, "What's this?"
Well, you're the learny type, right?
You could say that.
Yeah. Well, I need you to learn that.
I'll open it.
It is a spell scroll of remove curse.
Oh, I see.
So as the rules state when it comes to wizard shit is you can copy that in if you've got 2 hours to spend and 50 gold to burn.
I don't have 50 gold.
You will on
I think
the
it's
next
per-
day.
Per slot level, anyway. Actually.
Oh, you're right for each level. So third
Yes.
level, 150 gold.
Disgusting.
Woo.
I mean, we'll have that eventually.
And 6 hours.
Yep, that's gonna be great.
Yep.
I'm
Well, I don't sleep, so
That's true.
I'll use that to my advantage.
All right, so you've got that, Candor. You have the ring. Do you want to express to your party the job you have?
That's for me or for Candor?
That's well. If
I don't know the
Candor's
job.
that's the thing. If Candor's not going to give you the ring, I think Candor's done. It's just up to you now, Grandolph.
I mean, I was gonna stop, and I'm just like, look, I'm gonna grab his hand, and I'm gonna put the ring in it with all of the cat saliva, Bliss's saliva, and I'm just gonna be like, you should keep it hidden, but I was trying to be nice. And
I just seen a thing thrown at me, so my first reaction was to get out of the way.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but cool. Here you go.
Somewhere out in the ether, you just hear dodge.
Jeez. So we have the ring of
Yeah.
stuff. That's what
It's
being
a
called
ring.
now.
Yes,
It's a ring of stuff. and
Candor
they-
is going to give you the command word, but not at this moment in time.
Because you're
Alright.
still
'Cause he
working
put it
on
on
it.
his walk home. I just have to think about it.
Is it Candor is the best?
That's more than one word, but
Oh,
it's
damn it.
possible. Yeah.
You should make it something really dumb that he has
No.
to yell out loud.
You know what? It could be Shapoopy.
Penis!
I'll think of something.
Just make it like I love
No.
Candor.
No, I've got it. I know what it is, but he will tell you later.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
All right. With Bliss being passed out, Randolph, do you share the job that you have?
Yes. So I will relay to the group in our little booth around our passed out companion. So Thicket approached us, me and Bliss, about a possible job. So apparently he has a doppelganger problem that he'd like us to deal with. And as payment, if we get him materials, he'll make us items, and also anything we find there, he said we can keep, essentially. That's all the details he gave us as of now. He said we'd talk to you
Well,
guys about it.
maybe we should rest on it and wait until somebody isn't passed out fucking Flung, and he just like smacks her a little bit as she's asleep, and he's just like, and reconvene, and we can all take the night to think on it.
Yeah, I think
Because
we
it
need to take the
Yeah.
night.
it
Yeah.
does sound interesting, but someone staring daggers at Bliss and he just makes like a lot of motions with his hands, and he's just
It's her birthday, let her have fun.
it's not her birthday.
It is now.
No.
As far as the barkeep knows.
Yeah, no one else knows.
So yeah.
Okay, I think yeah, we'll go home for a bit, I guess. Is that what's happening? And then we're gonna come back the next day?
Well, we should probably let
The
the
barkeep
barkeep
know.
know that we will think about it and let him know tomorrow.
All right.
Okay,
As you approach him, he does mention that. Well, think on it. There's a lot of details we need to go over. But yeah, if you take your time with it, see if it's worthwhile.
As I'm just carrying Bliss like over my fucking shoulder, it's like I just put it out there. Please never open the bar for her again.
I mean, if she's got money, I'm not gonna
Hey.
say no.
Please, I will pay you double to keep her from drinking this much again.
He sighs and he like clenches the bridge of his nose. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she pays me more, I'm just gonna feed her more alcohol. I got a business to run, and I want you guys to do a job for me, so I'm not gonna swindle you. But whoever has the most gold, I would just keep taking both of your golds until somebody either drank or didn't drink. It didn't matter.
You just heavy sigh. Okay, that's fair. It's business.
He nods.
Okay, yeah, we'll be back, I guess, in the morning. What are your hours?
I generally work the day to evening, close up for the night. So above game, like, after, like, 5 p.m.
Gotcha.
He's not a restaurant, he's a snack and he's a beer and pretzel shop at best.
I mean, is it a tavern? Does he have, like, rooms for the night?
He does, but do you
Okay.
guys want to use them?
No, I was
No.
just curious.
Yeah.
Can we exit out your back door, please? I would like to limit the amount of shame that she has to go through.
Back's indisposed right now.
So do
There's
you
a
have?
corpse.
Do you say that?
No, he says
No,
that. No,
I
he's.
don't say that.
No,
Oh.
Grandolph.
Oh,
no, Grandalf
okay.
doesn't say that. No, he's not saying there's a corpse.
Okay, that's probably for the best. So he just stops. He's like, "Fine, I'll go find a door somewhere else." And then he just walks away.
Okay. As you guys begin to walk away, Sola, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yes, ma'am. As you guys are walking out, you can't help but feel this very uncomfortable feeling that you're being watched. It goes away once you guys get back to the far Flung, but...
Before we do that, can
Mhm.
I message Candor?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just going to start up say, I think we're being watched. I can feel it.
Do I get like?
We need to be a little bit sneaky for heading back, I think.
Do I need to? Is there any way that I can try to sense what she's feeling?
You can roll a
That's what I'm
perception
asking.
check.
Okay.
Roll a perception check or do that one thing that you can do.
Oh,
That lets you
right.
sense things.
Yeah, I'll do that thing.
Okay.
I'll do the sense thing.
Go ahead and post that spell up.
Yep, I'm gonna do it. If it will click, there we go.
There we go. And 1 second. No one listen to stream because I'm trying to tell the audience. For the audience that wants to know what's going on, he's casting Divine Sense, but I'm trying to be like kosher for the player. Okay.
I was tempted to unmute though, but I didn't.
I appreciate.
Stop.
Well, you would be cheating yourself. You would be cheating yourself and the
Exactly.
game.
I like surprises, so I'm okay with this.
Candor, you actually notice as like it's a lot easier to see that pulsing darkness from below, and it actually almost looks like it's trying to reach up.
Spoopy.
Ooh-ookie.
Hang on, I'm writing this down. Does it feel like directly under us, or does it feel like under the entire city, kind of?
It's more like it's under the entire city.
Okay. Are there any buildings outside of the city that we know of?
Any buildings outside of the city? I mean, there's probably a couple different farms and such, but...
We just need a door. I don't want
Oh, yeah, you could,
city.
yeah. No, like, I'll say that, Let's roll here, let's see. Yeah, I'll say that there's, like, just, like, this, In fact, you actually find, like, Monsters, Inc. style, like, a door frame just being propped up on a wall.
Hey, that's my idea.
As some workers are about to, like, move it into place.
This is outside the city somewhere.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just like, oh, and I just like throw them a couple gold. You just take a break, like a gold apiece if it's 2 workers. take a break. We just need to borrow your door.
The orc and the dwarf just look at the goals like, okay. They just walk away.
And as soon as they leave, I'm just gonna like, okay, the door. No,
Quickly,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
before they leave, can I ask how much it would cost to buy that door off them?
You could always just get one made. I mean, that would be like we might actually get in trouble. You know, what are you all gonna do with the door? Because like this is a pretty cushy job. We don't really want to lose it.
Well, do you have any spare doors or anything? You must be either removing an old one, right?
Actually, we're just putting in a new one. Just the new building.
Out here? Out in the farmlands?
I mean, some people like to have more of it. Like, I don't know. Like, do you remember what that was used for? Yeah, and the dwarf kind of goes, yes, it is a new inn. It's an entire situation. It's not for us to decide. We're just paid to build it. Go and see someone in the city if you want the new door. We can't give you this one.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yes, okay. Of course.
Look, just need 2 minutes, and you get 2 gold, or you get a gold apiece. Is there anything better than that?
We'll take the money and we'll walk away. And then the orc kind of goes, shouldn't we be worried? Like, listen, it's better not to ask about with groups like these. We don't need to know what they need the door for. We'll just clean it afterwards.
Yes, it's
I mean,
definitely...
you guys are carrying an unconscious person, so...
No, yeah, they're actually like, they're just like, we're not getting involved in this.
Yeah. It's either a blood sacrifice or an orgy, and there's no in between.
Nope.
I'm just gonna use.
But there is sometimes the convergence of the two.
No.
Okay, and then I guess before we go in, can I just check around our surroundings to make sure that we're not being watched?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay, and do I still have that feeling?
You still have that feeling, very much so.
I have a feeling I'm being watched.
Okay, I don't sense anything.
You don't
Okay.
at first. As you guys are entering the door, unless there's anything else anybody else wants to do.
I don't know we're being watched, so I can't do anything.
As usual, Vorton would like to go in last while looking around.
Just behind Vorton, you notice, Sola, a little spider crawling into the doorway.
Squishy.
I immediately stomp it.
And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
Okay. Fuck spiders.
He was my friend.
I don't care. It's a
Spider
spider.
was
It
my
must die.
Jerome, no.
Oh, God. Finally, we're getting into the adventure. I'm glad that you guys have made shopping very interesting.
Fuck shopping. I don't have money. I sat here doing nothing.
I know, I'm sorry!
I'm just enjoying all the fucking people we're meeting.
Who I either am gonna have to give Nate. This is my rule set as a DM. If an NPC is pressured into becoming real, I give them a name. If they're just a shop owner and you go and see them 2 or 3 times, then I give them a name. Some of these characters I hope you never see again.
Like the sword.
I mean, I just love the here's a ring, keep it hidden.
Yeah.
Yo.
Don't ask questions, just take it.
Yeah, they just walk away like we're not getting involved in this shit. We've already seen enough.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we have that sword. I cannot wait, because here's the thing. The stats on the sword are actually very useful. You just gotta deal with me the whole time, bruh!
Hey, I mean, he's being reasonable. He's listening to Candor, so honestly, it was a deal.
Once you teach him to be fancy, he'll basically just be Excalibur.
Yeah, but maybe.
Don't give me ideas. I've watched Soul Eater.
So have I. God, Excalibur's kind of fun though.
Yeah.
No,
Think about a
Excalibur is
chill
fun when
Excalibur.
you're not the one who has to deal with Excalibur, though.
That's what I'm saying though. Think about a chill Excalibur. Best.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can pawn the sword off on someone else.
Yeah, I had to pay for it, so fuck you.
That's very much how I feel about the housing in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't even use my house, but because a friend of mine paid so much money to keep it, I feel obligated to make sure it doesn't get lost. And that is tonight's stream. I am beat, but this was a lot of fun. I will get you guys your stats on your weapons probably after I get some food and take a break, and then we'll go from there.
Definitely take a break.
Yep.
Yep.
So I gotta do a ring, I gotta do a sword, and what else? I think that's the only 2 magic items you don't have details on, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, in the immediate, I will eventually need the info cloak.
Ah, yes. That one's actually going to be a lot of fun. I've been thinking on that for a while because I remembered, oh, hey, I technically did Displacer Beast wrong. And then I'm like, wait, no, I didn't. They're modified.
Yeah.
I would like to let Randolph know that as soon as they get inside, he will message the command word to him, and it's granola.
Yeah!
No.
But I don't know what it does.
Just it's all he's telling you. It's like the command word is granola.
When
Later
you-
we can go into details.
I know, you know what, better? I want you to do this so bad. You just hand the ring to Grandolph and say, when you need it most, just whisper granola.
Oh god.
Just yell granola. Yell it at the top of your lungs.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get a snack, I'm gonna play some Final Fantasy, and then I'll get your guys' items. Thanks again, as ever, for always playing. Before we wrap up, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to those who want to plug their own shit. Luna, cough, cough, your commissions, cough.
I don't have them open right now.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
you can still plug them so people would know where to
Hey, you
go.
can, like, plug your DeviantArt to see your
okay.
shit.
So I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday over on my Twitch, which is also Luna Eden. Lunar Eden. Lunar. Yes.
Something.
I'm-
Type in the Discord and see your name.
Twitch.tv/Lunar Eden.
Yes. Just I'm gonna grab the
There you go.
copy the tab.
This is like the most awkward, like. I'm gonna
To be fair, I'm springing this very last minute because I realize I have a couple of artists and people who do their own shit in my games. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I should let them plug.
I need to write myself like a script or something.
It's like do an entire bit. Yes, do it.
become Sam Riegel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
so-
I got to an episode where he like that entire bit with him doing that voice. I'm not gonna lie when I say that partially inspired this sword.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we can catch you where again?
Yeah, I on Twitch as Lunar Eden and on DeviantArt as Lunar Adopt. I do art.
She
Yeah.
she does, and
All
she does good art too.
Yeah.
I say as my eyes begin to bulge out of my head as I'm still waiting for my commission.
Soon.
I mean, hey,
Friday.
I'm
gonna
waiting.
work on it on Friday.
I'm waiting for mini commissions, but it's okay. 'Cause
Listen,
I'm okay to wait. I'm okay to wait. I'm fine. I'm good.
Honestly, the coming from me, I can definitely say that the money spent is almost always worth like the quality. Like a lot of the times when I get stuff back from you, Luna, I'm like, oh fuck, this almost is worth more than what I paid, and I'll take it. Let's go.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
And as usual, you can catch my happy ass over on Basil Silly 6-Shooter with a second R on Twitch TV. And you can find me on Basil Silly 6-Shooter with 1 R on YouTube, where I retell D&D stories and am going to eventually start making shorter videos thanks to a friend of mine editing for me because I can't edit.
editing friends are so nice to have.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I
Right, Zach?
Hopefully you pay your editor because
I
my
pay
employer
them
doesn't.
$100 a month.
Listen, you never asked for money. You just said, I'll do it for you. And I said, okay.
I said we would discuss payment later.
And we have yet to discuss it, so don't you dare bitch at me.
Is there anybody else who wants to plug their stuff?
So, I'm good.
I stream once in a blue moon, so it's not worth it.
Zach, do you want to tell
I do
people where they can
nothing.
find the archives of this, though?
Yeah, you can find the archives on youtube.com/Mr. Tazay. That's MRTAZAY.
I just
And,
a
yeah.
part of me just wants to like get a sound effect of like the Tasmanian devil, like.
I made that username like when I was like 21 years ago now, so
21
How
years.
old are you?
I'm turning 27.
You made it when you were 6?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's accurate.
Yeah, no, it's 100% accurate. And you can also find my Twitch at twitch.tv/Tazay.
Thank you
Oh,
all for listening to this session and for enjoying the madness. I will be streaming more D&D tomorrow along with other games, and we'll be doing so the rest of the week. Until then, good night, everybody!
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Nice.